I gotta get a new headset. I can only, like... If I turn my head the wrong way, I can't hear out of a certain side of it.
That's weird.
It's the cord's old.
That makes sense. Oh shit, that reminds me. Cable.
Hmm?
Those peeps I said were doing a Devil May Cry game. They started releasing tiny things, some spoilery do's for it.
Ooh. Fill me in on this a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I'm down. Oh, yeah,
pull
no,
it up into a new tab later.
I want to hear about it. Sounds dope.
Alright, I'm ready for this.
We're not super talking at the moment.
Hey, Luis.
It's all getting set up.
The setups.
I'm also like super away from my mic, so that's probably why I'm a little lower.
Alright, yeah, I'm looking at the stream. I really like this layout.
Oh, fuck. I don't even have my water. Screw it. I'll be fine.
Get you some agua, Cable. You'll need it.
Okay, but then you can be the whole way.
I'll be good. I got beer.
Ugh.
Man, I want one.
No. All right. All 12 of these are mine.
You son of a bitch! I want one.
You don't need one. All right. This is underaged.
No, he's not.
Listen, I have a feeling that if I just casually drank one before each file session, just one, I could probably play Dice Game better.
Wow, I didn't know you needed performance-enhancing dice gaze.
Listen, all I'm saying is I could probably make even worse decisions.
Worser than, oh, I don't know, dyeing your hair.
Damn. Hey, that decision has worked out rather nicely for Dice Gate quite a few times. But he hasn't done that in a long time, though. His roots are showing.
All right, everyone. Luis, how do we sound? Everybody say something.
Something.
Hello.
Hello.
Just waiting on confirmation from Luis.
Normal levels.
Excellent. So Batty's not here at the moment. He will be with us shortly. But Naoki already caught 5 across the eyes, so he's taking a bit of a siesta. We're gonna say Naoki fell asleep on the sidelines.
Motherfucker brought a lounge chair, a parasol.
He's napping comfortably on Hideki's abs. So, welcome everyone to File Phantasma. We are on. Dan, remind me the number of this episode again.
This is episode 37.
Yeah, we're close to 40. Which, in actuality, when does does episode 40 fall on your on your special day? Noodle? Is she here?
I'm sorry, gosh, no, because
You?
it's a 1, 2, 3. So no.
Just
42
before.
does though.
This is correct. So, alright, I want to pose a question to you guys for episode 40.
Yeah.
You guys want to keep going with Dark Tournament shenanigans, or do you want an in-between, like, side story filler thing? Just, like, as a quick little break from the action?
I think that depends on how the episodes beforehand go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always just take a cold stop, like, oh no, is Daisuke gonna bleed out and be eaten by this ravenous ape? Well, let's have a nice
Why is there an
festival
ape?
episode. Oh, you got, some spirit apes broke out of the zoo. They want revenge.
You know,
Rise-
with all the bad movies I watch, I could believe a ravenous ape would just come out of the trees.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Sounds
getting
about
ready to
right.
fight the Toguro. Like, now, Daisuke, meet our 5th member. And it's just an ape runs up, grabs you with its feet, and throws you into the sun.
How dare you bring King Krunk?
Ook. And then it just starts crunking at you.
Alright, you may have the Krunk, but I can do the Crump.
What?
You may have crump. You may have crump, but I can do the pump.
You did that over there, mister.
I
That's
will. And the second we start talking about ape pumping, we went from 6 to 2. We're back at this thing.
They noticed the ape shenanigans were over, so they came back.
All right. Ape manigans aside. Well, where we last left, you guys ready to just go into it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Where we last left off in File Phantasma, the party had, Daisuke had a chance encounter with Maya, who informed him a little bit of what's been going on with Hiroki/Pyro, some of the motivations behind what he's been doing, and also what she's been doing to assist him on that end, and finding out that his brother, who is the adopted son of Sakyo, has also been helping to free the kids that are under the imprisonment of the club. After what seemed to be a relatively normal morning with him, like him working very well adjustedly, the party prepped up before the Kame no Michi fight and proceeded to take down 2 of the members with no losses under their belt, and the leader Arashi and the weakest member Suki taken down. The party now stands in the middle of the ring the party now stands on the edge of the ring as Kumon, the 3rd member, walks in, looking very sort of excited to begin combat. As we pick up, Kunai, you just finished your fight. You healed Naoki. Naoki's taking a little bit of a siesta right now. Koto looks over to you, Matt. Well, I'm not happy to see that there's very little bloodshed in this fight, but they're fighting interestingly, so hopefully they'll keep this going for the next couple hours or minutes. I don't expect people to last long into this one.
Now I see what this one can do. Oof. If they survive this, they'll be extremely lucky.
You can insight Koto if you want.
Yeah. 6.
You pick up on nothing. You just see a shit-eating grin across her face.
Oh, another text message.
Ogre's like, sup, you at work?
You know, boo.
So, as you guys, Kunai, as you get set, Daisuke and Kunai, you see with a triumphant foot, oddly enough, both Suzaku and Pyro step into the ring.
What?
And they just start looking at each other.
Oh, no. Oh.
Pyro's looking at Suzaku. Hiroki's looking at Suzaku. Suzaku's looking at him like, I'm sorry, do you mind? He just puts a hand on Suzaku's shoulder. This really isn't somebody you should probably fight. Suzaku looks indignant towards him.
Oh.
Hey, Suzu, this is kind of a family matter.
I hate that show. I don't know why Michi always watches it.
You two are getting along pretty well. Come here.
I want to fight the big idiot. I like him.
I know you
Guys,
do.
give
You'll
me
get
that
your
thumb up.
chance.
Giving a thumbs up to Hiroki.
You got this.
Yeah. So, hold this. He throws you Orochi.
Give it
Is
to
it
me!
sheath?
It's sheathed.
Does he throw it to
And-
me or to Daisuke?
To Daisuke. He throws it to you. It's got the seals back on it. Like he resealed it back up.
Hey, oh, whoa, hey, whoa.
Don't worry, just don't break. Well, I don't think you can, but don't break the seals on it, or it might eat you.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna bring it over here.
Looking up at Ryuji, like,
would you mind holding this for us, please?
Ryuji takes the sword. Make an Arcana check.
May I
that's
also
a good
attempt?
roll. Holy shit!
The aura of the sword is like flaring out, and then Ryuji's aura flares back in response to it, and it's like actually no,
Oh,
it's getting more aggressive with him, and Ryuji's just staring at it and looks at it and goes, well played sword.
holy
I
shit!
have an idea. Douse it in sake.
What you pick up from that Daisuke is where you know a lot of things to back down to full power Giganchi when they're like really flexing. This thing's like foaming at the mouth to get a piece of Ryuji.
Holy crap!
Pyro just looks back like, I'm gonna use that thing.
I wanted it so bad.
You see the intimidating grimace of Kumon as he steps in the ring, and then with all seriousness, just growling down like, so, hi, Dad. And it's that weird shot where like everybody falls over in an anime. Do we have to keep up with the dad thing? Uh-huh. Well, alright. And Pyro just puts his hand on his sword. Kodo looks over to you like, this better be an interesting one. To you, Matt.
Oh, this one's gonna be interesting.
Alright. Match 3. Kumon versus... is it Pyro or is it Hiroki? What's he going by?
I don't know. I'm scared to talk to that one.
That guy! And I'm gonna roll initiative for them.
Music.
Do you want me to change the music?
I can't hear it.
Oh, shit. You know what? Just because of who these two are, I'm gonna play Fire for this.
Yes,
Eh,
perfect.
Pyro's going first. Alright, let me just, I gotta check some stuff real fast. So, because Pyro can 100% get to him. Pyro's fast. Is the music too loud for anybody?
Oh no, it's good.
That's actually perfect right there.
Okay, and so with this heal. Okay, I just wanted to keep track. Oh wait, sorry. NPCs are weird because I have to keep track of their health, and now I have to do two of them at the same time. And I have to keep track of Pyro's Yoki as well. Okay. I should have got this set up earlier. Oh well, no harm, no foul. $60. Oh yeah, your boy's moving. So, you watch as, and the movement you see here, it's a lot swifter like than when when Pyro was moving before. Like as Hiroki moves, it's very like calculated. He's just like in the blink of a step, he's right in front of him. And then you just see the sword get drawn out. And he's gonna go for he's gonna go for 3 attacks against Kumon. Okay. Okay. And okay. Now, here's the thing. I have to roll something very specific. For the 2 that would potentially hit, he has to make Arcana checks. Okay, so he's definitely going to hit with those last 2. But the nat 1, I'm going to roll Severity.
Oh.
Low Severity, it just misses. So, you guys watch as Pyro steps up. The first time the sword swings straight through Kumon, Kumon had his eyes closed and was like looking around, like he's still talking to the other 2 members of his team, just like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I get to fight my dad, and you just watch the sword go straight through his body. Oof. But not like he's bleeding. It's just like trails of flames like emanate, and then his body just reforms.
Damn ethereal bodies.
Damn
Pyro-
type.
Pyro's taken aback by that, like, huh. I wonder if I'll figure out how to do that. Later thoughts. And you see him focus his spirit energy just a little bit more into his sword for 2 attacks, which will deal a combined. So that's 8 plus 21 plus 22. Actually, no, the fire damage doesn't count. So
Really? I thought that was some regular fire though.
it's a weird thing with Kumon. It's just flames in general.
Oh shit.
So 23 slashing damage.
Oof.
Pyro's resistant to fire. Kumon's immune to fire. That's where the differences trade off. Pyro will take half. Kumon takes nothing. But he can still be hit. Actually, wait a minute. Fuck it, I already rolled it. It's fine. I actually looked at something wrong for his AC. Those 2 attacks would not have hit. Excuse me, I was looking at Pyro's AC and got confused. Wait.
It's fine. You have to look at
No,
the-
I was looking at Pyro's AC and got confused. Those 2 attacks would hit. I knew I was looking at it right.
My god, man.
All right, I'm back. I'm lost. 2 sheets. This is why it's hard to have NPCs fighting each other. All right, I'm gonna move you over here just because it'll make it easier for me to see. So Pyro gets 2 solid hits in, and you do see blood start to be drawn from him. Like, and he doesn't look injured or like super phased, but he is noticeably like hit by the attacks. Oh. Oh well, I expected you to be able to hit pretty hard. You know, anybody who would be sort of the reason for my existence should be strong. But let's see if I can pay it back to you. And he's gonna go in for. Let's see. That's gonna be. Okay. He's gonna go for 3 unarmed strikes against Pyro. That'll hit.
Ouch.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
God.
Oh, that's not good.
So that's
What the fuck?
13 for the first one. This is a nat 20. That's 21 for the second one. And 13 for the third one. So 13, 26 plus 21 is that 47?
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Ouch.
and that's, oh shit, the fire damage has to be half too. You know what? He's not igniting it right now. You are, like, as Pyro, like, clocks in with the sword, you watch as Kumon takes the blade in. He grabs the blade and just pulls Pyro in closer, knocking him off balance. And then just one straight to the jaw, the other one like a backhand to the side of the head, and then the last one just a punch directly into the gut. As Pyro spits up heavily from like 3 punches, and then Kumon's just in like a boxing position, ready to keep going. Like just bouncing on his like feet. Come on, you gotta make me work for it. I mean, if I did have a son, I'm glad they're strong like you. Brings a tear to my eye.
God damn it.
He's.
What the fuck is going on down there?
This episode needs to be called parental bonding.
Parental bondage.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Fuck. None of Pyro's fire-based abilities will work on him. Let's see. Alright, I think I know what I'm going to attempt to do for that. It's going to be a weird ruling, but it won't take place just yet. Pyro is going to make another 3 attacks and then attempt to do something stupid.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, maybe not fully stupid, but let's see if he hits. That'll miss. That'll miss. That'll miss.
Ouch.
I don't even need to roll the Arcana checks to see if they make contact, because he's just swinging, and the sword is cutting, like, it's just going straight through Kumon's form, and he's just, like, whistling, like... And Pyro is going to spend 2 Yoki points to flash step away from him. He has to make a DC 15 Wisdom check.
Oh no.
Yay!
Alright.
Okay, good. Good. You missed.
Kumon doesn't see... So, Kumon can't keep track of Pyro's, like, movement speed. So, Pyro dips out and moves 30 feet this way. And then is gonna also use his actual movement speed to move an additional 60 feet this way. So, he just immediately, like, jumps back and, like... You see him, like, put the tip of his sword on the ground, like he's trying to recompose himself. And I'm gonna have him run an Arcana check on Kumon. Oh yeah, with that.
Hey.
Damn, he's good at that.
He focuses in. Like, he's really getting a feel for Kumon's, like, energy and how this thing works. And you see him just like look down like at his hand like it'll be worth a try. It might work. Kumon's gonna fucking just start like hoofing it. I don't think he can make it to. Nope, he can't. He can get close, but not all the way. He starts running up. And he's just laughing. Like, this isn't even something he's really fazed by too much.
He's just having fun.
Yeah. You see him sort of just turn his head, and he's like looking over to you, Daisuke, like, hey, by the way, when we're done here, when I fight you next, just, I don't know, we'll firework on you. We'll find out. No, don't worry about it. We'll keep it a surprise. Surprise.
Why did you just assume I'm going in next?
I mean, she's hurt. That one's sleeping, and I don't want to fight the pigeon.
Listen, I am not hurt, sir.
How's he look?
He's like locked eyes with Honda, like I'm going to take this out on you later. I didn't do anything. But I brought chips. All right, you're forgiven. Wait, what did you bring? Sour cream? You're forgiven. Zombie just takes the chips and starts eating angrily.
You're safe for now. Be
Let me see.
thankful.
Okay. So, you see Pyro sheath his sword as he looks directly at him. And immediately you see flames spark up. Everything starts to ignite around him. And
Masaku!
he jumps straight back into that state. Thing is, you notice about this time,
More controlled?
if you get a feel for this, he doesn't even look slightly exhausted from doing it this time. He's still in complete control right now.
Yeah!
Kumon's just looking like, it's my dad over there. That's my dad. Hey, you dog girl. That's my dad. And Pyro immediately kicks off. Alright, do I have it put in here? Alright. Let's see. He's gonna go for 3 Fists of Purgatory attacks.
Ho ho.
And with that Arcana check he rolled earlier, Kumon has to roll something with these. So 1, that'll miss. 2, that'll hit. 3, that'll hit. So the first one does miss. Kumon has to make... Let's see. Kumon has to make an Arcana check. Arcana's intelligence-based, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. DC for that was 16, same as Pyro's. So, as Kumon just like, you'd be able to see this too. I would say you'd see the normal fist Pyro punches with first is just sort of coated in like a normal like just flame. It's like a bright red one as he makes contact. Like, okay, that won't work. But the next one you see is just like pitch black. And as it makes contact with Kumon, he's like, I don't think that's going to hurt me. And Pyro just looks at him and just like speaks out in like a sort of rough voice. Oh, well, let's see if it does hurt or not. And with those two, he's gonna... So
Yeah.
I'm going to half the damage from the fire. So that's
Still
12 and
chunk
5.
of
So 12 and 5 is 17, right? 30... So total Pyro deals 40 damage.
Jesus.
Ow.
So he's gonna have to make Arcana checks to make this work. Essentially, he's like brute force spirit energying, like he's basically just trying to legitimately fight fire with fire.
I mean, it's the only way you can, so...
He's got nothing else to do. He is very like stuck without that. But the first one doesn't make contact because of the flame. Kumon seems nonchalant. But then in response, Pyro backhands him and immediately goes for a strike to the gut the same way he just got punched. And then Kumon is just taken aback after that second. Oh, I couldn't be more happy about this. Kumon. Let's see. Let's see, what do we got for Kumon? What's fun? He's gonna bring his fist down real hard. Let's see if they hit. He has a very high modifier to hit, which is the problem with him.
Oh my god,
20.
another one!
Whoa. That just beats Pyro's AC. And that hits too. I want you to know, Pyro's AC is 19.
No!
Ah, but a nat 20 is a nat 20. What the shit?
So,
Well, it's fine. Isn't it?
15, and then 9, half down to 4, so 19, 27, 35, 39, 42 again!
God damn.
Oh shit. That first hit Pyro took was for 42 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because when I put his Mazuku token down, I accidentally erased the HP I had set for him. So I forgot I cannot take his... I gotta make him a separate sheet. Yeah, no, Pyro's taking a lot of fucking damage, and he's taking a beating real bad with this. Kumon looks hurt, but Pyro also looks hurt, and they're both just breathing heavily. And Pyro just looks up, you see like a shimmer in his eye as he's staring Kumon down. Kumon just sort of like spits on the ground. Show me what you got. He just like holds his arms wide open.
Oh, he's come at me, broing him?
Come at me, broing him.
Does that mean Pyro gets advantage?
I'm gonna give Pyro advantage on this.
He's allowing it!
17, he knows how to do it. The fists... Shit goes quiet. Remember when Hiei eradicated Zero?
What?
Remember the prep work for Dragon of the Darkness Flame?
Yeah?
You see Pyro. His hand just, like, he holds his hand off to the side, and the sheer blackness of the flame he's creating is like it's absorbing the light around you. Shit just seems darker in its presence. And then the only thing illuminated by it is, like, the side of his face and his eyes. And he's like, as he just looks at him. Well, you asked for it. And as he reaches out, he puts his hand directly on Kumon's chest. And this is technically something Kumon would have to make a save on. But since he's come at me, broing him, Kumon's taking the save with disadvantage. He has to beat a dex save with an 18.
Oh boy.
He would have failed anyway!
Oh.
7.
No, Kumon's about to eat this. Pyro puts his hand on his chest. The flame starts sparking out, and even Kumon's like, I might have overestimated this. I might have underestimated this. As Pyro just, like, grits his teeth and smiles. Black Phoenix execution. And here we go. That doesn't. Don't worry about the roll to hit. That's just
Yeah, because it's hitting.
37 fire damage immediately from that. And with the come at me, bro, that's not getting halved. Come on, also has to make a Constitution saving throw, which he does pass. I would have given advantage on that one anyway. So he passes the.
20.
So he passes the con save, but it's disgusting what happens right here. As it burns through, you just watch as like a straight black line of like flame just shoots directly through Kumon's chest, and the scorch as it bursts through, it flies straight up. It's in the shape of a phoenix, as I said it would be when you guys started calling him the emu. It flies straight up as it flies straight up as it bursts through Kumon's chest, and he screams out like, "Yeah, totally overestimated that."
Puts on sunglasses.
Iroh raises his hand up like, "What? Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't. I hope you didn't think we were finished." As that thing immediately descends back down, and he grips it, forming a blade, and then he just screams out, "Sword of wicked immolation!" See if this one hits. With the advantage, it will. Dealing. Let me see. $19 plus 21, which is plus 12. Sorry, that's 31. So 31 and 37 together is 68 total. And with that, I have to roll something specific. It's the high end. Let's see. So, as that makes contact and just drives straight through, this isn't him just spitting up. This is pure blood just gushing out of Kumon right now. As half of his body is as he's trying to reform it with flame, it's being more consumed by black flames and he can't stabilize himself. He's having a hard time. He's not consumed by it. He's resisting, but he is disrupted. So I am going to, for the sake of that, he can't use his fiery form right now. He is corporeal temporarily. And Pyro just looks, breathing heavily. It may not roast you alive like I want it to, but at the very least, if they're eating away at you, you can't reform as easily. He's breathing heavily.
Jack.
What?
He's breathing heavily. He looks... I gotta say there. Proud to say we're cut from the same cloth. And with a weakened state, he's gonna attempt to do his unarmed strikes against Pyro. At this point, he's not gonna deal the fire damage that's on top of these because he's a bit busy and preoccupied right now. He's gonna go for 2 unarmed strikes. That'll miss. That'll hit. Which is 14. And let's see... Nah, he wouldn't do this just yet. He's still fine. He'll
Still fine.
Yeah, he's still okay. He's not dying just yet. He's hurt, but he's gonna back up 30 feet. Pyro will take an attack of opportunity.
I was about to ask.
26 will hit.
Woo!
So 25. The fire damage is negligent to him at this point, but I'll half that 25 to 12. Black Phoenix was special. That wasn't getting halved. He goes back and you have. Oh god, this is gonna be rough because the Satame Warriors are right there if this misses.
No.
You know Yusuke's spirit gun pose, right?
Oh,
Replace
no.
the spiritual energy with just a pure, like, essence of fire. He's gonna aim straight at Pyro, spend 3 Yoki. And he's gonna take the shot with his Higan.
Say goodbye to Poppers, Jack.
No.
Actually, yeah.
Oh,
Actually, oh no.
Yeah.
no. No, they didn't even get to fight.
That's over the line for severity. It's not the worst severity, but
Rinku, get down, Mr. President's Ray.
so he goes in, gets ready to fire. Then, as you see the flame building up on the tip of his hand, aiming at Pyro, Pyro just snaps, and immediately it's consumed by black flame, and he can't fire it off.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh.
Damn it! Ugh. Why do you get the black flames? All I get is the stupid these. Ugh. Pyro just like waves a finger at him, like, "Oh, come on! Don't be jealous. Listen, you get the ethereal fiery form. This is all I get are these boring old black flames. Oh, shut up!" Now they're just fighting with each other over whose flames are cooler. But they're arguing on the opposite end. Where Kumon likes Pyro's more, Pyro likes Kumon's more. What? You get the cool ethereal body, all the fun. Yeah, look, yours can't be extinguished. You don't have to. This is more like watching 2 brothers fight than it is watching a father and son fight.
Fight!
Oh, yeah, we're doing that.
Thank you, Wallace.
I'm glad you got that.
Pyro is gonna rush straight in. Since it's his turn. Pyro's very roughed up at the moment, though. So he will not last much longer.
Yeah.
Can't do Black Phoenix and Sword of Wicked Immolation again. That was a one-time deal. Because he's don't got the Yoki to do that no more. But he's gonna go for some Fists of Purgatory. That'll hit. That'll hit. That'll miss. $17 and 22, that is 39, and then, well, if you were gonna half down 9 for 2 of them, that'll make, actually, no, wait, that's 18. 39 halved would be 19. So 18 and 19 is what, 37? I need a calculator for this shit.
Yes.
That's why I always have my phone on me when I'm calculating how much damage I'm
37.
taking.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna deal an additional 37 to him, just a few quick punches. Like, Kumon catches the last one, like he just grabs his fist. And actually for his turn, I'm gonna have Kumon do something.
He's gonna grapple him.
Yeah, I don't actually see Pyro breaking out of this with strength. Yeah, no. He like arm locks Pyro. And he looks down at him, and I'll say you can hear this. Actually, no, make me perception checks for anybody who wants to hear what he's about to say.
Nope.
I don't hear it. Nah, don't hear it. Kunai, do you get advantage on these or no?
No.
Alright, so you guys won't hear what he's whispering. But you do see him whisper something. And you see Pyro look up and look towards the rest of his team. And you see Kumon look towards the rest of his team. And Kumon just shakes his head like, mm-mm. So, he's going to... Kumon's going to expend 10 Yoki. It's fun fighting you. But all good things gotta come to an end soon. And with him grappled... You know what? Would he even do this? No, he wouldn't. He's not going to expend 10 Yoki. He'll take the unarmed strikes. Do people get advantage if they're grappled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. That'll hit. That'll miss. That'll hit.
Oh, yeah.
27 plus 7, which is 30. Is that enough? It's 1 over.
Ooh.
So... Oh, hey, Batty, perfect timing.
Okay, what happened?
Kumon just knocked Pyro out.
Oh, that's fun.
Some good hits in there.
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
this
of
was
really good hits.
this was not a one-sided fight. This was really, really even. Like, had he missed one of those punches, Pyro would have survived and been able to take him out the next turn,
Okay.
most likely. But you see him just like you hear a crack with Pyro's arm as he just like screams out like and then as like Pyro's falling, you just like see as as he drops Pyro and he's falling to the ground, just his fist just comes barreling down and it leaves a small crater in the middle of the ring. Pyro is knocked out and he is down.
Not only that, you erased him from the screen.
Yup,
Oh,
I just have to.
That's right, that was Massacre form.
I'm just getting his new token. Hi, buddy. You have an X on you now.
Oh.
Oh.
Pyro is down. Kumon's breathing heavily. You see the black flames start to fade off him as Pyro's knocked out. And Pyro's like, he punches Pyro out of the Masaku form. Kumon cracks his neck. You see him, like, kneel, like, he squats down over Pyro. You see him pull something out of his pocket, and then he just, like, jams something into Pyro's chest.
Can I roll a perception check to see what it is?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You don't see. You just see, you see a little bit of blood show up.
May I also attempt?
Yes.
If it's site-based, Kunai does get advantage on that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't need it.
It's a syringe.
Oh.
He picks him up, he brings him over to you guys, and just... He doesn't even put him on, like, he doesn't just, like, toss him to you. You see him, like, walk and, like, actually lay Pyro up against the wall. And he, like, spits on the ground, like, not out of, like, disrespect, just that he had blood building up in his mouth. And he just, like, Pyro, like, looks up at him. Pyro had been stabilized by him so that he wouldn't be at, like, negative HP.
Aw.
Oh.
And he looks and he goes, "No point in killing you just yet. That was way too much fun."
Well, at least he gave him a good fight.
Pyro looks up at him and he's actually smiling a little bit. And Kumon just looks. Be it demon or human, whatever family you'd be a part of. It's a damn honor to have you there. I guess I can't call you dad though, since I won. My actual dad would have kicked my ass. So, He just, like, puts a hand on Pyro's head. We'll go with little brother. No.
Hey, that's my shtick.
Just, like, walks past. Alright, who's next? Blondie or the chicken?
You're the chicken. You're the chicken.
Let's see.
Suzaku's like, let me at him. Let me at him.
Listen,
I'm gonna be honest. Suzaku's gonna have a much better chance to hit him than I can because I don't know if I can do those Arcanas.
Sounds like
we
it's
get
the
we
chicken.
getting Suzaku versus the chicken. I mean, Suzaku versus like Kumon versus the chicken.
I'm thinking I should go in, actually, because we have a better chance of someone taking out Blondie after Kumon's down. But that's just me.
Is Kunai at full health?
Yes, I used the glove.
That's right.
So are you.
Yeah, I am. But I ain't passing any Arcana checks. I'm gonna tell you that now.
He'll walk back over to the rest of his team. I'm gonna roll something real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, Kumon's still going in. He's walking over while you guys decide who the next person to fight is. He gets handed something by the dude with the beard. He chugs
Aw.
it down real fast.
Oh,
Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's just a can of energy drink. It's just a monster.
21.
all right. So, did you want a piece of him, or did you want Suzaku to take him?
I am worried about Suzaku.
I
Alright,
mean, we're always worried
let,
about Suzaku.
we'll
That
let
guy can't keep a
Suzaku-
cool head.
we'll let Suzaku take the reins on this one. I might have to fight the blonde bitch.
Is that a go?
Yeah.
Because once you let go of his collar, he's running in.
Listen, I'm not that much of a slave driver, come on.
No, I mean in general. Like anybody, once somebody's not watching him, he's jumping in. He got called
Now-
a chicken.
I also want to remind you that he does have something in his inventory I gave him a while back.
Let me see. Remind me again what it is, because it's not on his sheet.
Oh, okay. What I gave him a while back was an adrenaline potion.
That's right. Okay, I put that as a note separately. So let's.
So that'll give him action surge.
We'll give him action surge. He will have to roll a random plum effect, though.
That could be funny. Or disastrous.
You know what? Could be funny. Let's see what happens.
Please no. I've worked so hard.
I mean, that's gonna be all of us though, Noodle. We're all gonna have to roll that table.
All right, let's roll Suzaku's Initiatavo as you see him just hop into the ring.
What? Damn, he's up already.
Yeah, no, he's fucking he's like stretching, and you see from like the stands, the person screaming the loudest is Michi. Like, that's right, Suzaku, end him.
I also want to point out from last episode, just in case it was forgot. Speaking of stretches, his first attack has advantage.
Oh no, he's got it. Morning
Okay.
calisthenics.
The calisthenics advantage.
Morning calisthenics.
Kuna's just like, what?
I'm so
what?
glad we did that.
Mom, what are you doing?
Shh, I'm cheering for him.
Okay.
Ryuji's just like watching. Oh, Naoki, it was said, by the way, too, you were passed out. You were sleeping on Hideki's abs.
Okay, good.
But as
Maybe
you've
something-
awoken,
If you slept on his shoulders, you could have laid across it like a sofa.
So Naoki dies of blood loss through his nose.
you guys please stop objectifying Hideki, alright? Yes, he's buff. Get over it.
Yes, he has massive bazongas.
I mean, put a shirt on his token and we'll stop saying these things.
Daddy was supposed to draw the shirt on his token.
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm sorry, Cable.
Couldn't bring yourself to do it.
Suzaku cracks his fist. Koto's like, well, looks like one of your friends is down, Matt, but let's see how this keeps going. Round 4, the chicken versus the roaster. The oven. big guy, the one with the man abs, the abs that go on. She's just like staring directly at Kumon. He just like flips his hair.
Either way, at the end of this, we're getting Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, no, I want chicken.
Kodo just leans over there. Suzaku, request from the tournament committee. If you can, please try to get burned on both sides for even crispiness.
Kunai is staring bloody murder at Kodo right now.
Kodo is in a minimum. Kodo's being paid minimum wage to do this. She accepts death.
Shit, I don't even know how much I'm actually getting for this.
You see, all of the Satame warriors, having seen Pyro go down, they're cheering loudly. You can do this, friends. We believe in you. Your strength is... What's a good word for them? You see the leader just stand up. You are all the good boys.
Oh.
Chu's just been drinking that. That's right. You're all the good boys. You all win. Except for the one with the beard. I root for him. He drinks. I like him.
Oh, I got something special for him.
Junko just screams up. Same. Suzaku is going to...
On principle, that guy's mine.
Suzaku runs in 50 feet. And let's see. What you got? What you got, Suzu? Oh, you know what? That actually could be fun. He gonna spend 3 Yoki. Actually, no, he's gonna spend 6 Yoki. Put his... You see him just... He puts his hands together and he starts to glow. And then immediately next to him...
Yay! It's been a long time!
He hasn't busted this out in a while. Trying to get them to actually...
Hey, look. 6-piece bucket.
How do you do the thing where you like unsnap to grid?
Hey, Matt. I would like you to roll a perception check.
Hold on.
Batty,
What?
how do you unsnap to grid? You know what? I'm just
Unsnap grid.
gonna see if I can turn the fucking grid off.
Yeah, just that's how I do it.
Alt.
But if you
Down,
want to
Alt.
unsnap the grid, you just hold Alt.
Yeah, it was okay. I was doing control. That's why it wasn't working. All right. So you see advanced prism of 7 appear, and each one of the Suzakus is looking at the main one. Like, all right, so we're gonna do this, boss. We're gonna do this. Yeah, let's do this. All right, Suzakus, you know what to do.
7.
It's called the Prism of 7. But I don't know why it's called Prism of 7, but there's always 6 of him.
Huh.
Wait, no. Oh, I just forgot to put one on. My bad. I was trying to get the grid unlocked. So I need these arranged in a certain way. I also have to do one thing. Okay, I just needed to know how much HP each of the clones have. I forgot where it was on the sheet. I found it. So essentially, if they can all reach him, Suzaku gets like 7 attacks per round.
Jesus.
See, this is why I wanted him on the team. This right here. He's gonna show the Saotome Warriors what a dog pile really is.
We'll label these with color.
Actually, you know what? Kunai would know too.
Okay, so the Suzaku Rangers have assembled, each one of a different color, just like Japan's tradition of ninja. Kumon looks and is like, huh, well, you don't see this every day. Nope. And if I have anything to say about this, you won't see anything ever again. Suzaku's, go! And they all charge in. Red will go first. That'll hit, but let's make an Arcana check to see if it works. That'll hit. Yeah! So, 9 lightning. Kumon gets punched from the first one. Second one runs up. Ugh. Suzaku has a very weird move set. That'll hit. That'll hit.
Maybe.
6. Yeah, no, he might end this. If all of these hit, Suzaku might end this. Let's go.
Is that flanking?
It is flanking, so 20 will hit. That'll hit. 11.
Oh, Jesus!
You was the right bird for the job.
Could reasonably get there. He runs and like they do like that shoulder roll thing, like where the pink Suzaku like leans over and like rolls over his shoulder. Like as he's doing it, like goes in for a punch to the back of the head. That'll hit.
I'm Suzaku. That's 20, baby.
Okay, so it's not going to count as a critical hit, but it is going to do something. I'm going to roll to see. It's the low end, so it's not going to do anything special. Unfortunately. Sorry, waste of a critical, I know.
That's the answer to life, the universe, and everything for an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm. Well, the answer is he at least still gets to make contact with a punch.
All right. I suppose.
Grateful.
So, alright, how many Suzakus are left? Yep, this one can realistically do it too. They're mirroring each other in combat. They have him surrounded.
I love this.
That'll hit.
Oh boy.
I want you to know, do you know what the DC to actually hit Kumon is while he's in this form?
Like
It's like 20?
The
25?
DC to hit him in his ethereal form is 19.
Wow.
Suzaku has passed every single one of them.
Wow.
And he's also hit with every punch. Not one of his clones is missed. So he's not hitting for a lot total, but he is nickel and diming this dude hard.
Meanwhile, he has the orange Suzaku just taking a picture. He's got a camera out.
He's having fun. Yeah, okay, this one realistically can't get anywhere. So, that's going to end Suzaku's things. That's all he can do for this turn.
That's good.
Let's see, because... Let's see...
Damn, folks, that guy is getting circle jerked to death.
Okay, yeah, now he's gonna use the 10 Yoki. I'm glad I didn't have him use it before. You feel shit start to heat up as he's just looking around, as, like, his body's flickering heavily and they're all just looking. Like, what? Oh, this is fun. This is real fun. No, I underestimated you, chicken. But if you think I'm gonna go down like that, you're an idiot. And let me actually see. Suzaku Prime is in range for this too. So
Duck.
I gotta roll these. Each one of the Suzakus around him and Suzaku Prime needs to make a con save.
Ooh.
Let me see. So we're gonna start from purple, ending at green, and then Suzaku Prime will be last. So Purple fails. Pink fails. Red fails. Blue passes. Meets it beats green passes. Suzaku Prime passes. So blue, green, and Suzaku Prime will take half damage from this. The other three, purple, pink, and red, just immediately, we'll see how much damage this does. Let's see, so Kumon's going to use Incinerate.
That's the move that turned the other team into like a blood balloon.
Yes, it is. And
That one.
it's not an attack roll. It's a save.
Aw,
That's just the only way I know how to put it in.
what the shit?
Sorry.
Oh damn it, fart.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
It's not. Suzaku will take half of that, so Suzaku will only take 10 fire damage. But,
Alright, it's not bad. Not bad. You got this.
two of his copies look really fucked up. And Suzaku himself takes a little bit of a scorch from it. He don't look too pleased with the turn of events from having like his body singed. And then with unarmed strikes, that'll hit. And that should... What is Suzaku's AC? Okay, so it's not going to make contact with green. But blue is about to get hit for...
Good freaking lord, though.
Yeah.
You do that move and pull off those?
It costs him a lot, that's why. It's not like it's a thing. It's like an AoE, just like Suki's.
Ah.
Told you I had a fun little gimmick planned for you.
Yeah,
So,
they're all-
blue pops too. Green manages to dodge out of the way of it. Kumon looks tired.
I would have hoped so after 10 Yoki.
Yeah, no, he's breathing heavily. Like, he had to burn out a couple of his Yoki with his fight with Pyro. So Pyro put in a lot of work. But he's breathing heavily. He's looking down. Suzaku's kind of like... Well, shit. He's reassessing. Kumon's kind of getting into a stance to keep fighting. Suzaku Prime will rush in. With orange following him. Where is Suzaku's sheet? Did I close it like an idiot? I did close Suzaku's sheet like a big Dumbo.
Oh, you fool.
So how does this feel? Does this feel like a dark tournament fight?
Yes.
This guy's fucking nuts.
Go. First to hit.
I had a
Miss.
feeling that Kumon was going to be the most dangerous one on the team.
First one misses. Second one. Let's make an Arcana check for you, Suzu. That'll hit.
Yeah.
And third one will hit. So two of them will hit. So 14 total. Okay. So it sort of goes like the first punch goes wide, Kumon manages to duck out. As the green Suzaku sort of like wraps their arms around and like puts their hand behind Kumon's head. And then Suzaku just clocks back with everything he's got and knocks Kumon directly in the face. Ouch. Kumon is down.
Yay!
But one little thing I have to do first.
Oh no.
Oh
There is the but. Kumon has to make a specific check.
Oh no.
Y'all like Hideki's ability?
I had a feeling that's what the fuck you were
'Cause
doing.
that's not what's here.
Oh, well. God damn it.
Hold on. The sheet went all wonky on me. Where is he?
Oh, I know Hideki's ability because I got that too.
It's not Hideki's ability.
Oh,
This is different. Kumon's got to make a charisma saving throw. It's a very high DC.
that one. Heart failure.
All right. Wait, no, is that a check or a save? That's a check.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a 20. Sorry about that. Kumon looks. Suzaku just looks at him like. You see his hand sparking up like, this will be where I end your life. I hope you die knowing you lost to a chicken. No way in hell is a chicken gonna take me down. And you just, as Kumon's body is like falling down, you feel heat rising. As you just see, like, he begins to glow. And you ever see when a bomb in a video game starts to blink?
Oh no.
It's just like, doot, 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 doot. Ting! Suzaku's gonna need to make a dex save. He will take half damage if this doesn't hit him. Suzaku's good with dexterity saving throws, though. He passes.
Oh, thank God.
So he's still taking half damage from this, though. So that's... What's his charisma mod? Okay. So he's gonna take 12 fire damage as Kumon just explodes. Like,
Is he dead?
his body's just gone.
Oh my God.
He self-destructed?
Yep, but I gotta roll something real quick. Okay, that's not that bad. Kumon just blew up and there's just like cinders and ash right there in front of him. Suzaku's hurt, but he's not that bad off as him and his clones sort of back up. It feels weird. I don't feel like I earned that.
Huh.
Kodo
Didn't
just
expect
looks. Not to worry, folks. Hold on. She's like shuffling through some papers. According to a note from one Denki on their team, should Kumon explode, unfortunately the death will not be permanent. He'll be back later on. He just kind of respawns.
Oh boy.
Huh.
Kumon can't be. Kumon is weird. He can't be permanently killed. He can either be sealed or absorbed.
What?
So he's just gonna come back after a couple days. So after about 5 days, he's just gonna pop up again somewhere.
You hear that, Suzaku? He's more of a phoenix than you are.
Shut the fuck up, dog.
Hey, I'm not a... Okay, yeah, whatever.
I didn't say nothing.
He'll just come
This
back.
I mean,
He's a-
hell, by the time he comes back, tournament might be over.
Yeah, it's most likely gonna be over. He'll just pop up again later on.
So, did we win? Oh.
Oh shit. I want you to know I made the biggest fucking himbo I possibly could have the it's basically he's too stupid to die ability.
Oh my God.
Of course.
I'm so glad that he didn't actually explode, because if he did, I'm sure his abs would just go flying out and like kill people.
Oh, see, they come off.
His abs would be shrapnel.
They come
Yeah.
off on one large sheet. What it is, you just pick up his abs like a tower shield.
All right,
Jesus Christ.
choose the next combatants. Do you want Suzaku staying in the ring?
No.
Suzaku's gonna need some healing.
But does Suzaku
Suzaku just walk over. From his max HP, he's really not that far off. He didn't take that much damage. Wait, actually, I didn't count the last one. Okay, yeah, he's still not that far off. He's only like about 30 down.
Oh,
Daisuke
well.
gives him the shoulder pat of "You did a damn fine job."
But is that a
All three
healing shoulder
Suzakus
pad?
just pose proudly.
I happen to have 39 left in the chamber for the glove.
You want to just pour it all into him, heal him up?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he is back up to full.
Let's see. I think I can give him something while I'm at it. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna toss him one of the Reiki potions too. It's a tier 1. It's a 1d6 plus 2.
Alright. Hey, so you healed his Yoki back up to max. He only used 6
Hell
to make
yeah.
his clones.
He'll be good if he has to go again then.
You want him to go again? Because he's still here and his clones are still up.
I mean, if he does, it depends on because. Oh, okay, we're doing this.
You fighting? Do you want this guy?
I do. I need one moment.
I'm just doing that thing to Kota where I'm just like attempting to tap her, but I'm just flailing my hand all over her body. The hot one end. The hot one ended the ring.
God.
Okay. You do the RP thing real quick.
You're like a dog with a bone.
So are you.
Don't see me drooling over that. My abdominal Dodonis is already gone. And it's gonna be like, what, a week before he'll show up again?
I mean, at least he'll still be alive.
Ugh. Well, seeing as the way these people work, this one will be alive too. If they win.
We'll see. I mean, they seem to be doing alright. We know the others ain't gonna kill these ones anyway.
Daisuke, before you go, I have one suggestion. Grab him by the horns, it would be funny.
I think Dan's doing something.
God damn it.
Hey, Chad. Are you enjoying everything, chat? Oh, hey, something creative. How are you?
Welcome to the stream.
Okay.
So
Dan was internally screaming.
Naoki went up to you, Dan.
Yeah.
Daisuke, I have a suggestion. Grab him by the horns. It would be funny.
So you're saying you want me to get him in like, grab the bull by the horns, grapple, that kind of
Yeah,
shtick?
but like literally, because he does have horns.
I'm just gonna assume that, like, as far as demons go, that's rude.
Well, if it's rude, then I'm probably in a lot of trouble.
Naoki, how many unwanted things have you done to people?
I mean, most people don't want me around in general, so if we take that into consideration, I don't think I can count that high.
Jeebus.
Oh well.
Choose your next combatant.
Good luck.
All right. Suzaku, how long do those clones stick around?
He just looks at them. They're like, 2 of them are sleeping. They're just here.
Okay, cool. If they ever wake up, they can cheer me up.
One of them is just like looking over like, no, nah, I will.
Oh, you got one fan.
Talk to that one. Don't talk to Orange.
Yeah.
Orange yes back at you. I'm gonna make his clones work the way Gotenks' ghosts do, where they all act somewhat different.
They're all like different repressed parts of Suzaku's personality.
Yeah, one of them speaking in Spanish to Kunai. Mi amor.
I'm sorry, what? I don't speak French.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, that hurt.
I will exit in Spanish.
Listen, she's Japanese. She don't know what Spanish sounds like.
Okay. Well, Suzaku's get out of the ring. Fine, okay. All 3 of them put a hand on Kunai's shoulder. Hey, and just in unison.
Hey, yourself.
Oh.
Naoki,
Yeah.
you're watching all this.
I'm sorry, Louise. I'm sorry.
Roll that initiative, Daisuke. Oh, cool. I only have to have one sheet open right now.
I only have to have one sheet.
Alright. My amazing initiative.
These last two fights were just me fighting myself, so it's good to have one of you guys back in the ring.
That's better than I usually get. Good lord.
Nice. So, you see standing before you a fairly tall man. He is, I would say, about like 7.5 feet tall.
Damn, that's pretty tall.
Actually, no, that's Kumon's size. He's over 6 foot, but he's not like he's not a colossus.
Okay, so he's like a tad taller than I am.
Yeah.
Hot.
He's just kind of looking over at you.
Daisuke is giving him like an actual like warm smile, like,
Okay, I'm looking forward to this. All right, hope this is a good match.
He gives you a smile. You see he's holding something in his arm that's just like slung over his shoulder, and he just like whips it over and like uncorks it, and then he just takes a long swig. This should be fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
but it's not out of malice, not anything. Daisuke is genuinely happy to be in this fight.
You see him. This dude's a bit of a bigger set kind of guy. He's got like the sumo bod where he looks big, but you can tell most of it's muscle.
Oh yeah.
So you have first move.
Okay. This is a big ring, and I don't have much movement speed, so... Yeah, it's about what I thought. 3 squares.
Oh yeah, I spaced everything out when I made this map, so each one of these should be about 10 feet per square. I got real meticulous with this.
So let's see. So I'm gonna play it like this.
30 point something is fine. It doesn't have to be directly on the 30.
Well, I was trying to figure out that way where you can use the that measurement and it also moves your token at the same time. I never figured that out.
I don't know. That'd be cool though.
And I'm going to do a let's you know what? Bonus action. You know what? I never spun the wheel.
Huh? Go ahead.
Let's see. Suzaku's was used up. So let's
Feet are cold.
/R 1d3. That is serious.
Hey, Ice Dragon Fire.
Oh boy, he'd be in range of that too.
You want to Ice Dragon Fire him?
All right. Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna start this off with a bang. Well, not really a bang. I kind of wish it was a bang. Bang is cool.
Get on.
He
with
just
it.
he holds up an okay with his hand. He's still drinking.
All right.
You're gonna go ahead. You gotta shout it.
Oh no, I was making sure I took off the Reiki for it first. I was
Gotcha.
just doing the points first. All right, Daisuke getting into that position.
Ice Dragon Fire!
All
So he's
right.
got to make a 17 dex save.
Okay, give me 1 second real quick, because I, for the life of me, will never remember to put their HP up in the little tracker at the top because I'm soft-brained. Alright, he's gonna take his reaction. He's gonna spend 2 Yoki.
Of course.
It's called Lightning Timer. So, I need you to make a perception check. Perception against contesting stealth. So, you see a cold streak of ice shoot straight forward, leaving like a frozen strand, like a frozen pathway directly in front of you. And that shit looks like it should have hit. Like, there was no reason it shouldn't have hit. Let me see. He can move up to his movement speed.
Holy shit, he's fast!
Like, as you do that and you just have your hand, you feel the ice fading away. You don't see anything, and then all you hear is just more drinking as he's just, like, still, like, over to the side of you.
Whoa! You are a fast big guy.
Comes with experience. Is that Daisuke's turn?
Unfortunately, that is all I can. Yeah, no, because he wouldn't be in range for me to do anything else.
Okay. So, he's gonna rush in on you.
Of course he is.
As you see, like, the gourd in his left hand fling over, you see his right hand go underneath the Hayori, and then instantly, like, a blade gets drawn out as he goes for 2 attacks against you.
Let's see.
First one... Does 21 hit?
Oh, yeah.
13 misses, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, 21. 14 plus 8. So that is... You take a total 22 total, 14 slashing and 8 lightning damage as it makes contact with you. You, like, through training with Genkai and Kuroko and all this to, like, learn to resist things, you managed to back up from it, but that sent, like, a shock to your system almost immediately as that made contact with you.
Okay. Yep.
And he just, like, swings it back and immediately in one motion puts it right back into the sheath as he continues taking a drink.
Alright, yep. That one hurt.
And then, as his bonus action, he's going to use his bonus action to disengage. And back up an additional... He took 25 to get to you, so he's going to back up 35. And then he just, like, leaps backwards. So it's like a bolt jumps towards you and cuts, and then immediately, like, dashes backwards. Good eye. It feels weird to see this, but this guy probably moves about as fast as you do.
Wow.
Jeebus. Alright. Huh. Gonna have to reassess some things.
You can try the ice thing again if you want.
I kinda can't.
Sorry about that. First thing they teach you when you learn to fight is don't be in the range of the attack. You last longer. Junko's just like... Junko's just looking at him and just like, Sage advice, sage advice.
If I make it through this, remind me not to talk to her for a day.
If you make it through this... Also... I've had a little bit too much to drink, but I meant to, let you know this before the fight started. He's gonna tell you something, which is gonna give you a special reaction you can use to this fight.
Uh-huh.
I like you, kid. I like the way your team fights. You're all good people. Seem like it could be a little bit more fun down the line. If at any point, it's gonna kill you, because I can't really say I'll stop. Just say I yield. I'll stop. You give up the fight. We good?
Oh, I see. Well,
I don't have to. I'm just saying. Comes down to it. Just say you yield, and I'll take that as everything's finished.
it'd be a huge disappointment, everyone, if I didn't give this my all, and I do have to give this my all. Got a lot riding on this.
Hot-headedness of youth is both a curse and something I admire greatly.
Well, it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. Like,
Well,
if I die, then I die. If I also lose, then I also die.
You hear the gourd pop, and make me work for it, kid. And he just takes another drink.
I intend to.
And let's see here.
That is a reaction you have, Dan. If it comes down to it, and because I can't guarantee he won't like accidentally kill Daisuke.
No, I get you. Let's see here. Where did I put it on my sheet? It's been a while since I looked at this part. Bonus action, gonna take a tier 1.
Okay.
That's 10. Pretty good.
You heal 10p.
And let me mark that off real quick. Yeah, I make sure I put those easy access in the sheet.
VD Sora. I just looked at the chat real quick.
I know, right?
Daisuke's one true enemy, movement.
Yeah. That is a huge enemy of mine. That's gonna... You know what? Alright. Yeah. So... I'm gonna hold my action
Mm-hmm.
for when he gets within range of me. I also want to say that his next... Oh, you know what? His next attack is also going to have advantage.
I know what you're doing.
Yup.
All right.
So that'll be a reaction.
He sees you readying up. So fun with this. And immediately, like, full steps in. This dude's really fast. And you see him go for one of the swords on his hip. He pulls it out again. This one's shorter than the first one. Like, he has two blades. One's a little longer. Like, one's probably the size of a normal katana. The other one's like what's the shorter sword called? I forget.
Yeah, Wakizashi.
Like about the size of a wakizashi. Goes for that one, and first attack with advantage. 26.
See, that would have hit me anyway. So I get the damage on that.
17 total. 8 slashing, 9 lightning.
Now let's see here if let me reread this because I've never used this move. Contesting athletics checks.
Okay. $11 for him.
Okay. That's a 25. He's been disarmed.
Okay, you grab the fucking short sword out of his hand before his second attack. And you have his blade inside of your hand, and he just like looks as he goes into swing. Oh. It's a ballsy move there, kid.
You're telling me. It runs in the family.
He just kind of smiles, and he is going to... Let's see how smart he's feeling. No, he's gonna back up.
Also seeing if let's see, these. Oh, was the move to use it back on them in the same reaction, or is it on my own turn?
It's on the same reaction, so you can go ahead and do it.
Okay. Here we go. So a disarming as he's trying to go back, throwing it back at him.
Matsumoto reaction, iron grip.
24.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hit him. He'd be backing up like a 23. So as that goes, as he backs up a little bit, like dashing, thinking that you don't got anything against him, he gets pierced in the side by his own weapon, and you see blood starting to pull out. Ugh. Hot damn, kid. He pulls it right out of his side. These blades have drawn a lot of blood over the years. Never my own, though.
First time I ever got to use that one. Learned it from the lush in the stands.
Starting to like you, boy. And you see him like stretching his neck. And that was that was your reaction to do that. So it's still that's the end of his turn. You can still it's now your turn.
Yep. Man, getting to this guy is a pain in the ass.
He's quick.
This what sucks is I gave up my my ranged abilities. All right. So I'm going to, since I know I can't reach him no matter what, I'm going to bonus action take another tier 1. I'm going to end up burning through these.
I had said some matchups on this team were better than others. Hey, 14.
Yeah, so I almost healed up entirely from that last hit. And Daisuke is going to take the dodge action.
All right.
This is Daisuke keeping calm under pressure mode. Let him come to me.
Let's see. Okay.
Thankfully, he's had 3 really good teachers.
Let's do this. Because I like using all their weird elemental abilities. It's fun. You see him, you feel Yoki begin to flare out of him. It doesn't feel as malevolent as other Yoki. It feels more calm. But as you see him put the short sword away, he draws the longer one. And as he holds it directly up, it's... Well, not even directly up. He holds it, like, with his arm out to the side. And, like, almost just, like, flaring down. It's like a lightning bolt strikes it. And it begins to start, like, glowing for a bit. And you see him just, like, give you a smile. Well, kid. Kinda hope I don't hit you with this one. As he just, like, rushes in, and he's gonna go in for a strike. Let me see... His whole body is, like, coated in it. It's like sort of when you used your perfected spirit weapon. He's gonna go for a Slizzity.
Slizzity?
Slizzity slash. Nat 1. Perfect.
Oh boy.
Oh, super low severity. It just barely misses. Second. 20 hits you, right?
20 does hit. Let's see. He gets like 2 or 3 of these.
That's his second attack.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
You just gonna take it?
I took dodge action on that, so unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be your dodge action would count for that, so. 11 slashing and 16 lightning damage.
27.
And
Uh-oh.
that's not it. Roll me a D100, Daisuke.
Oh, lovely.
As something specific, and regardless of where it lands, that's the bad one. Make me a DC 16 con save.
Okay, I'm good with con saves. Well, I have to also check something very specific about my con save thing because I believe I get advantage on those. Let's see. Yeah, advantage in all con saves.
Alright, perfect.
That did not make it.
Daisuke, you immediately get cut with this, as you go to like stay, this is intense. This isn't just like a shock. This feels like your whole body, like from the neck down, just went numb. You are paralyzed.
Yep.
Ouch.
I'm gonna put a little lightning thingy. So he just kind of looks down at you.
Can I use my inspiration die to add to that?
The inspiration die will be a reroll, so you could reroll the con save if you want to.
Okay. I'm gonna use. Yeah, I'm using my inspiration die. I've held it on for the tournament.
Okay, reroll your inspiration or reroll your con save.
Yes!
Thank God, nat 20.
Perfect timing to use it. All right, you resist the paralysis, but for a second, it like you feel your body shut down as you're about to fall. Then, just out of pure determination, grit, and everything that makes up your innards, you just stabilize your feet. You fucking grit your teeth, and you hold on. And he's just looking at you like, He actually gives you an actual like applause.
Damn. Oh, almost saw the pearly gates on that one.
Not bad at all. What was your name, boy?
Daisuke Matsumoto.
He gives you like one of those chin punches. Not bad for a human.
Well, Doctor said when I was born he thought it was part Oni.
So he dashed in 50 to move to get close to you. So he would have to back up 10 feet. That's all he's got left for his movement speed.
Oh, backing up, is he?
He's got
He's got
he
mobile.
can disengage.
Yeah.
He's got cunning action.
Oh shit. Okay.
So that's end of his turn.
But finally, he's in swinging range.
Go get him, boy. Go get him. Yep.
Okay, last tier 1. Bonus action. That's 9.
I'm sad you rolled the 90 and the 100 though, because that was the bad outcome. This one that's also bad, but that was one of the worst ones to show up.
Okay,
Could have got 100.
you got your hits in on me. Time for me to pay you back.
And let's also remember, there is Diablo on Oni-chan currently.
Yeah, you had hot sauce on it, so roll the additional die for the hot sauce damage if you hit. I'm gonna say that all the
It is. You're gonna have to tell me.
I wrote it down. You're only getting it for the first hit, Dan, because you coded a fucking
Wait,
bat.
that's fine. I just don't know what the damage.
The D4 of acid damage. I want you to know what that shit right now. She's telling you it's something serious and powerful. She's selling you guys hot sauce for 800 yen.
She sold me actual hot sauce.
Yeah.
I know what she did.
You hear her in the crowd too, just like use it.
It's already on there.
All right, and swinging Oni-chan E.
Actually, add Plum's token to the fucking
Okay, that one missed. But I'm going to use the special thing about Oni-chan and use a Reiki point for the additional hit. So that's not the extra attack hit.
Okay.
Now this gets advantage. 21.
21 hits.
So that's 5 bludgeoning.
Roll me a d4 for that hot sauce.
Really? 5 bludgeoning?
Fucking hot sauce.
That was a fucking really low.
Yeah, you
roll.
rolled a 2.
And D4. That's a 1. Goddamn. Okay,
Right,
and
roll your d100.
the D100. Come on.
Roll 8% or higher.
17.
Nope. Unfortunately, it doesn't spark. You hear?
One of these days. All right,
One
now
of these days that's gonna hit, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Now for extra attack.
Extra? Didn't you make your attacks already?
No, because I had that's the special thing about Oni-chan is I get to spend Reiki to hit again.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right, so let's see. That was a 20. So let me see
20 will hit.
about. But there's a special thing I can do with my martial die. I'm going to spend a martial die to see if I can make this a lethal strike. So
Okay.
I need to get at least a 5. Okay, come on. 1d8. That is an okay. Yep,
Woo!
that's a crit.
Hell yeah. Alright, so critical hit.
Yep,
Critical hit with Oni-chan. Double the damage for whatever you roll.
that's 28.
And that-
Plus the 100.
Will this be the time?
9.
No.
But because it's also a crit, I'm spending 2 extra martial die, and that is cord cutter.
So cord cutter will do.
Cord cutter. He is now going to. For the next 4 turns, that creature must roll 2d8 at the end of their turns. They lose HP equivalent to the value of the d8s rolled.
Okay. So at the end of his turns, I'll roll 2d8, and he will lose that from his HP. Remind me at the end of his turns, okay?
Can do. It's been a long time since I used cord cutter.
Yeah, but no,
That's
you
how
get
I can find out somebody.
you get a good hit directly into him. I will say, like, you deal a lot of damage, and it does actively hurt him. But you watch as like Oni-chan comes flying in. He blocks it with his forearm, and you can see that it hurts, but he's not even grimacing on his face. He took the pain.
That's the
Like
fun part about that move. It doesn't feel like much now, but it's gonna hurt over time.
Or it's saying something because it does kind of hurt, but
That could also be the hot sauce.
it's hot sauce.
It's a
Taste
spicy.
one.
He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna take another 2 swings with his Blizzardy Blade. Go for the first one.
Okay,
That'll,
another martial die. Riposte.
do your
So
martial
I-
dice take up actions or reactions to use?
It's a reaction.
So wouldn't that have already used your reaction for the first one? You wouldn't get your reaction back again until your next turn.
Oh no, the one I used was wait, is that how that works? So I thought this
Yeah,
was
react-
a reaction.
Depends
Like if your martial
it
die
says
works
it
on
is a
reaction.
reaction, that move. I mean, some of them aren't reactions, but unless it's like states,
Yeah,
it's a reaction.
martial die is specifically listed as a reaction. The other one is part.
Yeah,
it's
so-
part of like a fighter class.
Okay. Sorry, you haven't used these in a long time.
Yeah, it's like how some part of the fighters get like Eldritch Knight and thing. There's a fighter class that specifically gets the martial die.
Okay. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, so riposte. That was my reaction for that. So I get to take a swing.
Go on ahead.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've used non-spirit controlled dice game. That's a 22.
Ice Skate Classic. Roll your damage.
11.
Healthy. Roll that.
Dang it, you're getting closer.
Ice the universe and everything.
Dice game
He'll
classic.
go ahead. Dice Skate Classic. It's Dice Skate Light. He's gonna go ahead and take another swing.
No, don't do that.
16 doesn't hit you, does it?
Just misses.
Just misses.
That was my old AC. I'm glad I put those points in the decks.
All right. So he misses with his second one. He doesn't look like he's tired. It just looks like he's a bit inconvenienced at the moment.
2d8s.
He's just gonna take his movement to back up from you. He's gonna back up to this cube, just like jumping back a little bit. And I'll roll 2d8. 13.
He's
He
got
feels
3
it.
more.
He feels it as he leaps back. All right, I need to reassess with you. And he cracks his neck. And that'll be your turn.
Okay. Yep, a fight with Daisuke is a thinking man's game against a man who doesn't think very much. Let's see. Interesting. I could do that. Let's see. I am out of those. Let me mark that off my sheet. Okay, I know. I'm gonna take a tier 1 Reiki potion. So bonus action, take that. Get 6 back. Yes.
How long have we been going for?
Almost 2
2
hours.
hours, yeah.
That shit.
Okay.
Hot sauce damage.
And Daisuke is going to move up here. And I'm going to hold an action for if he tries to get in close to me.
What will be the action?
The action is I'm going to get fancy on him.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna wave my cape at him.
Okay. That's what he's gonna do. Is he's gonna rush in on his turn. He's got the sword drawn out and he's gonna go in for a cut. What is it you're attempting to pull?
I'm gonna use the instead of the normal 3, I'm using the 4. So I'm going to Cape of No Return, the special disaster bomb.
Okay, so you Cape of No Return and you blink up into the air. As you come barreling down with it, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Yep. Let's scroll back up.
You might fail.
12.
24.
Oh,
So-
he doubled it.
As you come barreling down, which this isn't like you all watch this as Daisuke just comes barreling down with Oni-chan like a fucking meteor. He comes slamming straight out of the sky, and you make contact with the ground where he should be, leaving a sizable crater. But unfortunately, as that happens, like he's sidestepped immediately behind you.
Really hoping
Just-
that would work.
Looks located. And he's gonna go in for his first attack. 22 hits.
That hits.
Second attack. 23 hits.
Yeah.
So, first one, 13 plus 15. So you take 28 damage total. Roll a d100 for me. 17. So if it's under 50, it's 50 or under. Roll an additional 2d12 for the lightning current. You take another 14 on top of that for lightning damage.
Oof.
And then for the second one, another 20 on top of that.
Good
So that
Lord.
so he hits you with like basically 2 slashes. You aren't paralyzed. You're able to resist that, and he only gets that one like a roll of d100 thing on one attack per turn, so you can't do it for every single one. But you take a combined total of
2.
62 slashing and lightning damage combined as it like tears into the back of you.
Yeah, Daisuke's coughing up blood.
And you see him still in like a stance, like with the sword ready to be drawn. I will roll his before he's gonna take the rest of his movement to back up from you again. So he hasn't used any of his movement. He used his reaction. Actually, no, he did use his movement. So I think he can only move 20 feet away. He's going to back up 20. And let's roll that d8. 10. You see him as he's moving. Like, his leg, like his arm looks really like it's in pain from where he was hit, and it's causing him to stumble in his movement. He's still holding on, but he does look like he's a bit winded.
That makes two of us. That shit hurt.
Mm-hmm. Make an Arcana or Perception check. I know those aren't your favorite.
They're both the same for me.
Choose.
Nat 1.
You don't see anything on this. Daisuke doesn't see this.
He knows less now.
You know less about it. Like, wait, what's this? Your spirit weapon forges in reverse.
Let's see. Boy, I have to actually really think about what I'm gonna do because I cannot take another one of that combined hit. That just ain't happening.
Be glad you weren't paralyzed for the second one.
That would have been painful.
Let's see. Do I risk it? Do I risk it? I'm gonna have to risk it because there's no other way. Wait, where is it on the sheet? Where the fuck did I put it? What? Where did
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to see where I put my healing on there.
Is it a tier 2 that you're trying to use?
Yeah.
I can tell you what it is for right now.
Okay.
2d10 plus 5.
2d10 plus 5. All right.
Oh, fuck.
Cool.
Now,
24.
I need you to roll me a d10 because that's a tier 2.
That I did put on there.
Okay. Daisuke and... Oh, fuck, wait a minute. No, this isn't good. This is really, really not good. Dan, you know you're my friend, right?
What the hell did she give me?
It's not that, it's something specific because you chose to do this. This is gonna hurt you real bad because you've got that fucking cuff on you. I need you to make your charisma check to keep the spirit cuff active. Like to keep it from dragging you to the ground. DC 15.
17. I'm good with charisma.
You hold yourself up, but it feels like the cuff and everything. You can't tell if you're not outputting enough Reiki or if it's just draining twice as much as it normally would, but you feel like you're burning through power fast.
Okay, I think I know what that means. That's the double cost shit, right?
Yep.
Okay, I remember that because Noodle got that one.
Yeah.
And you feel like if you weren't wearing that, I wouldn't have made you make that check.
No, I get it.
Yeah, that thing is actively straining you to keep it on right now. Like, your body feels heavy and you feel sick.
All right. Gotta put everything into this. Everything into this.
And swing in with Oni-chan.
Go for it.
25. Ooh, and you know what? This is going to try to make it a lethal strike.
Okay, what do you need to get?
Anything.
Any number will work.
It doesn't matter what I roll.
Just go for it. Go ahead.
This is a crit now.
All right. 20. Which is really good. Roll that D100, boy.
Let this be the
If you
time.
get it, I will double this.
86!
Oh my god!
86! It happened!
Only 60-12.
Jesus!
Yes!
There was this. You were meant to get this.
16-12, baby! 53 damage!
Look at that. There's 2 12s and an 11 in there.
So, as you go, you pour everything into it. He stands his ground directly towards you, and he used his reaction to avoid before, so he can't use lightning timer to dodge this. You go, you make contact with it. You see, almost like, and I want to describe how this will look so you can understand what this actually looks like when it works. It's like the spikes on the club catch him by his clothes, and it's ignited in flame as you just sort of like around the back of your head with him on it, and then as you slam it directly into the ground, it's like a miniature like bomb went off as he's left with his clothes disheveled. Half his beard is like singed at the bottom, and he is bleeding heavily from his face as he looks up at you. Eye for an eye, huh?
Yeah. Fire and lightning in the same fight.
He wipes blood off the side of his face. He does like the bring it on pose.
Oh no, not again!
You won't get advantage on this. He's just saying like keep it up.
Oh my god, he's still up.
Oh no, he's not down.
Oh my god. All right,
That was a healthy hit though.
here we go. Here's my next hit. Nat 20!
Jesus! Fucking beating up
How
and
many
on
times we
both
gotta
men.
teach you this lesson, old man?
Go ahead, roll your damage.
That's another 20.
Jesus, roll Onishan.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Dan.
that would have been fucking amazing.
Dan,
Yeah.
No.
1 HP. If you would have gotten that, it would have ended it. He's
Hold
still
on.
up.
Wait a minute. I can expend a Reiki point.
You're gonna go for one more attack.
Smash him in the face.
Wow,
If
Jack.
this does it. And I'm taking off 2. Because it costs me double.
Mm-hmm.
All or nothing, baby. Doesn't do it.
Oh.
As you scream all or nothing, he blocks it back. He's spitting up blood heavily. Is that Daisuke's turn?
That's Daisuke's turn. And if it's either way, he's not making it through his because those 2
Oh.
D.
Yeah, no, this is pretty much it.
Oh, yeah,
So it's, can he take you down with him? Is this gonna go into a stalemate fight? He grips his blade with an intensity, like it's like he's damn near drawing blood just from the grip alone. Let's go down together, kid. No,
Well.
let's go down together, Daisuke. First hit, he might miss.
You know,
Nat 20.
can I even do a reaction on that?
Yeah,
You
it's
used
still
it to. You used it before, didn't you? With one of your die to get the critical.
It's
No,
a
that's
new
like-
turn.
that's part of the moveset.
Go ahead. What are you
My
gonna attempt to do?
My final reaction I can do. Dimension Rip.
Dimension rip.
I never used it. I still have it. Now, here's a funny thing with it. Does I specifically have to use it on him?
Do you want to just use it to pop out of the way?
I'm gonna use it on myself.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I see him coming. Oh shit! I'm playing with portals, baby.
Okay, where are you popping out at?
Right over here.
Okay. Is there a check you would have had to make?
On my,
As
I'm
the
the
react-
willing target.
Okay, okay.
Anyone else has to make a dexterity save, but I'm a willing target jumping in.
Okay. So you pop out 60 feet away.
60 feet away, and how I'm gonna make the other one is about 10 feet in the air, facing Matt and Kodo as I'm just ducking through, like, whoa!
Show off.
All right. So you duck straight through that. I have to do one thing because he has one thing left he can do.
So also that way, since it is also in the air, it's not directly next to me.
So you see him with the sword still, like, make one more Arcana check on his sword.
Come on, let this be the day. 17!
It's fizzling out. Like, he's barely got that lightning ability on his sword for just, he's maybe got it for just like 1 or 2 more turns. But you see him pull out a jug, not the one he's drinking out, but a smaller one. I will say with that Arcana, it kind of looks like your potions, but a little differently.
It's fireball whiskey.
He uncorks it, and you feel like a yoki pouring out of it as he just takes a long swig. And let me see what this would actually be. How much is he? He's down by a lot, too. 14. Nope. He's going to pour that all into his HP.
Oh. Well, hopefully, I can only hope 2d8s do this shit.
Now let's roll 2d8. Actually, he still has his movement, so he could move up to attack you. No, you're just out of range.
Thank the Lord!
You're just out of range. Wait, actually, no, your portal would still be right here, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah,
he would be able to leap through your portal and get to you. That's the caveat to using those like that.
That is the caveat. That no one's ever thought to do that before.
Everyone's been too dumb.
This is a wise grandpa.
Hey there.
He's looking at you. He's gonna go for his. This may end up being his last attack for the match. Here we go. Does the 21 hit you?
21 does hit me.
27 total damage.
I am
Roll.
still up.
Roll that D100.
43.
43. That's an additional 2d12 lightning damage on top of it.
Oh my god.
Another 9 lightning damage on top.
Okay, hold on. 27. I am just barely up.
He is also just barely up, unless your 2d8s kill him this turn.
And then I get my attack.
8. He's still up. And so, from where you made that portal was only like, I would assume like 5 feet from away from you, right?
Yeah.
So he's still got time to back up. He's got 55 to play with. But there is one thing.
What's that?
Hold on. This is gonna be the defining thing. He used his bonus action to take a swig of that thing, so he can't use cunning action. You have an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
It's pretty much coming down to this. If he doesn't do this, there's a better chance he'll lose. So he's hedging his bet.
19.
Oh my god, Dan, I'm sorry.
What?
Because if it meets, it beats.
14.
How do you want to narrate it?
All right. As he gets in that amazing hit once again on Dice Game. By the way, 1 HP. I
You
was
were
at 1 fucking hit point! And as he tries to get away with all his speed, I just imagine like he actually honestly missteps, allowing Dice Cage. Sorry, but I got something I really, really need to get, old man. And my classic baseball swing.
You go. Classic baseball swing directly on him. You see the lightning fizzle off of his sword. You see sort of like the eyes go white as he spits up blood. Now here's the interesting part about this, Dan. You did win the fight. I'm not doing this because you lost. Sheer grit and determination, he keeps himself on his feet. And you see him walk himself over to the other side of the ring. And he gives you a thumbs up at the end of the fight.
It's like weekly thumbs up back. Man, I gotta say, I have never had a match that tough. Oh.
I wouldn't count your blessings just yet, kid. Still gotta fight the leader of this team. And you see him walk off.
Wait a minute, I thought we already took out the leader.
You took out a Shishi Wakamaru.
Oh, great.
Fucking knew it, Capel. I fucking knew it.
It Dice Kid's walking off stage. And you know what? Walking up to Junko like did him up, just thumbs up and falls backwards.
She slaps you on the forehead like, good job.
How much
Plum
damage
just
does
puts,
that
like,
slap do?
She's not doing it to hurt.
I know, but still, like, she hits hard whenever she does hit.
Do you think she'll do at least 1 HP?
Probably.
Plum puts a sandwich on your lap, Daisy. Good job, Yellow.
That's 2 characters of yours who's called me Yellow now.
She's also been patching Pyro up a little bit, so he doesn't look as rough.
Of course she has.
But for the most part, she's also been, like, eating food. She's actually been sharing with Ryuji.
Eee.
He's just, like, enjoying the fight. But
I'm just looking at everyone else. I'm like, so, I hope you guys got this, cause I'm done.
You
Matt,
take the rest, that's
Koto's
it.
hand is in your shoulder, like, all right, that was kind of a good fight. That was really cool.
That had me on the fucking edge of my seat the whole time. Like, holy shit, I couldn't say a word during that.
He's gonna sit back. He's gonna just start fucking drinking out of his gourd, and I'm gonna roll this again. He's not fighting right now. Oh, where was that a few minutes ago? All right, he gets 35 HP back. So his gourd is really fucking interesting for how it works.
I'm on it.
The way it works is he rolls 4d10 and he can determine where that goes, either into his Yoki or his HP.
Man, that man needs to share for giving him a great match.
And that means he can split it up too, so he could have did like 5 Yoki, then 30 into his HP. So
That is a hell of a good move.
that's just an item.
That's awesome, though.
But stepping her way into the ring,
I want it.
if you'd have killed him, you could take it.
He walked away after I hit him with everything.
Yeah, he's the most like durable of them all. He was the interesting one.
So am I. I have 1 hit
Yeah.
point left.
Listen, you both got each other down to 1 HP.
And I just want to say, this is nerfed Daisuke. This is Spirit Cup Daisuke.
Dan, it's nerf or nothing.
It would have been different if I wasn't cuffed.
So let me take off this. You pull up her sheet.
Naoki's gonna like walk up to Kunai I know there was something that didn't sit right with me about that girl.
Oh yeah? What you thinking?
Oh, well. She just, was radiating a weird, aura about her. Not, like, actually, but, like, I don't know, just something about it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I guess it's either you or me, Kunai.
You don't look so good.
I'm better.
Listen. Odds are I could probably whittle her down to a point where either you or Suzaku can handle the rest.
You know there's a chance she might kill you.
I'm just gonna have to take that bet. I can't risk losing either one of you.
Suzaku's standing there with full HP and full Yoki.
Yeah, we're not looking at you, Suzaku.
Also,
I'll be looking at you
Kunai-
later, don't you worry about it.
Kunai, do you also think we'd forgive you if you went down?
No, but I'm not really worried about that, really.
I'm just saying, Kunai, I have a couple more tricks up my sleeve, so...
Well, it's on you. You wanna roll for it? Out of character?
And rock, paper, scissors for it.
Rock, paper, scissors, go! Contesting dexterity checks, I would say.
Okay.
Because we're both dexies.
Yes, we are both Dexies. Let's do
There
this.
you are.
1, 2, 3, roll.
I'm not a Dexy.
Damn it.
Alright. So, I am not activating the tats again, so my AC is going to stay at 20. I can't move my token. It's too far behind the pictures. Thank you.
That good?
That's better.
Okay. Alright, and then I always do start exactly 4 squares up. Alright, last fight of this round, potentially. Or last combatant for their team. Tayo, the actual leader for Team Kame no Michi, versus Kunai, who'll be stepping back into the ring again.
Let's hope all goes well in this final fight.
Naoki, Daisuke, and Pyro are all gonna make perception checks.
Oh, God.
12.
Can I also make one?
I mean, it's just to hear something. You can if you want to, but it's for a thing. Go ahead.
Well then.
Wow.
Yeah, you could have saved that nat 20. You just hear like you got this, Tayo. It's like a spirit. It's just Kumon from beyond the grave.
That's it.
Okay.
Wedge.
So, I'm gonna roll her Initiatavo. 22.
24.
You beat her out.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's see how far away we is. Okay. Well, let's see. So, 2 Yoki to activate super speed again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's double my movement. Just in case. So that's a bonus action, I'm fairly certain. But no matter. I'm gonna get in there. Oh. Already.
Okay. Roll severity. You roll a d100. It's just a miss.
Okay, thank God. 22?
Just hits.
Oh boy.
Okay. So that's 18.
Mm-hmm.
God, if I would fucking remember to put their HP in the goddamn thing. I never remember to do it. And this is why I always like to preemptively get shit set up, because I know I'll forget, and I know I'm gonna know I forget. So you get a good hit on her. Like, the sword goes in. Like, you cut her on the side. The face actually draws blood. Her eyes don't even open. She doesn't even speak to you.
Alright, one last one. 26.
Alright, she's gonna attempt something right now.
Oh, fantastic.
She's gonna use a reaction. Do you have your Jagan eye open or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, I need you to make a con save. She holds her hand up directly towards your eye.
13.
That's gonna fail, Noodle. So, she holds her hand up to your face before your second swing comes in after you scratched her. Well, this isn't going to feel pleasant, Miss Kuna. I hope you don't hold this against me. You ever get hit with a sudden blast of light so intense it causes your pupils to dilate and you have to close your eyes?
Yeah.
That's just pure directly in your face. So this attack would have been with the 19 won't hit her because that's disadvantage.
Okay.
You are like that for 1 minute.
Oh, fantastic.
She puts that directly and you're just blinded by light. Don't feel bad when you're in the presence of someone like me. Consider it divine light. I shine it down on you.
Does that close the eye or is it still open?
You failed the con save, so I'm gonna say it does close your Jagan eye, and your regular eyes hurt real bad.
Oof.
Like you can see her, but you are blotchy right now. It is hard to tell where she is or what she's doing.
So glad I put my sunglasses on in that one fight. That was hurt.
Yes, Matt has sunglasses on.
Okay. Well, I still have double the movement, so I can just get the fuck out of there.
So
Right back over here.
she speaks over to you. I must say to you all of Team Ganta, I am quite impressed that you took down... Well, no, let me phrase this specifically. I'm quite impressed that you took down both Denki and Kumon. Suki is quite formidable when she's in her element, but the young are still liable to learn. And Arashi was only as good as his weapons, which were quite a bit of a pain to get for him, and the fact that they are lost now is more than a minor inconvenience, I will say. But no matter. I hope to show you all a reasonably good fight. So, she's gonna move up. She immediately steps up closer towards you, Kunai. She can't get directly towards you. But she holds her hand out, and you see, almost like holy light beginning to forge at the tip of her palm. And she's gonna fire off 2 solar shots at you.
Oh, fantastic.
27 hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
22 hit.
That also hits.
Okay. So that's... So yeah, she expends the Yoki for each one of those. So that's 16 plus 14. So you take 30 total damage.
Oh, fantastic.
And let me just make sure I write off the Yoki for that. So as these fire out directly from her palm, it feels weird. This is demonic, but it feels... You've never fought a demon that really actually uses light. Or, it feels like this should be a spiritual-based ability. And it's uncomfortable to have this hit, and then on top of the fire damage with it, this is a complete, She feels very strange. But that'll be her turn. So she would have her reaction back now. Okay. That'll be you, Kunai.
Okay,
So-
I am going to bonus action mirror image.
Okay, so 1 minute is 10 turns, so that means you have 9 more turns of like semi-blindness. Mirror image. How does that work?
Hey, let's see. 1 second. I just had it. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. Any creature that sees your movement gains disadvantage on DC Wisdom check is needed to see movement. On a failed check, they must. They think the mirror image is your true self and must attack that target if they decide to attack me.
Okay. So she has to make a wisdom check against what? The DC?
DC Wisdom check, yes.
Alright, so what's your spell save?
16.
Alright, so she has to beat a 16 in wisdom. And tell me if you can move that second kunai I put there.
Yes.
Okay, so for the sake of it, kunai blue is the mirror image, but let's see if she can see. Alright, she kind of isn't sure which one of you to actually strike right away. Oh, that is an interesting ability.
Okay. So I'm going to get right behind her because I don't take attacks of opportunity. She doesn't know which one is the real me, so. I take it that's disadvantage.
Yeah, you can't see.
Aw.
14 will miss.
Oh, not again!
Roll severity. Hold on, it's me. Hold on.
Oh!
Oh shit. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So the logic I'm gonna dictate with this is something's going to happen. She wouldn't have been able to tell, but she's going to assume the one actually moving up to physically attack her is you. Where's my D100? We're gonna see how bad this is. You know what? Let's use the fun chart. Noodle, roll me a D100. I want you to do it instead.
For fuck's sake, Cable. Oh, god damn it!
Oh, that's the bad one. Oh god. Hold on, please. Hold on. I need to scream.
That's not good. That's very not good.
You guys don't want bones. I've lived by this that this isn't something you want me to do. You want me to play this the right way, right?
Is it too late for me to use my inspiration die?
The D100s have already been
Oh,
rolled.
for fuck's sake.
You would have had to call that way before.
God damn it.
I will let you use the inspiration die to re-roll the D100 if you want to.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Something bad is still going to happen to you with this next hit, but to tell you the truth of what was about to happen, Noodle, you might have gotten your Jagan destroyed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did that.
She was going to attempt to like permanently blind your Jagan eye.
Oh.
Oh god.
She's gonna make an attack, and if it hits, it'll be a critical. You see as she just moves her hand, it's almost like when Daisuke calls a spirit weapon. This just appears as like a blade made of like just pure light. And 22 hits, I assume?
Yeah.
So 20 plus 14 is 34. Doubled will be 68 total damage.
Wow, that's 10 over what was needed.
Oh shit. So as you rush in with the mirror image, as you go, she just sort of calls it, and then as you land back, as you rush forward, you just feel the sword stab directly in your side, and it's so painful to feel this. And as she just whips it out very fast, Kunai, you fall over and you are down.
Holy crap.
And you're at negative 10 HP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As she does that, she just turns her head over. Who's next?
Can I visibly see Kunai still alive?
Kunai's struggling bad. She's at negative 10 HP. She hasn't picked her up to move her out of the ring yet.
Hey, get
Can't-
Kunai over here. I can stabilize her.
Naoki is just going to walk up. I'm gonna pick up Kunai.
You pick up Kunai. Daisuke, you see Yamada and Hideki holding back Ryuji. And Suzaku's kind of foaming at the mouth right now.
As Naoki is walking over to pick up Kunai, he's just getting a side glance at Tayo.
She just waves her fingers at you.
I'll be a second.
By all means.
Okay, bringing her over to Daisuke.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to... Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use that last bit of Reiki touch I have, because I only used 2 on you guys. I'm going to use that last one. And we're resuscitating Kunai with that.
You bring. How much are you dumping in?
It's just a move. It brings you back from 0. Or from below. It brings you up to 1.
Alright, Kunai, you're stabilized at 1 HP.
Holy fuck.
That shit was intense.
I didn't even do that much damage. Ugh.
You hang in there, kid?
Here, take this.
Oh, what? Take what?
I'm going to hand you my adrenaline potion.
What does this do?
Out of character, it gives you action surge.
So, question: do I have to drink it beforehand?
Yes, and you have to roll a randomizer.
So the turn you drink it, the next turn you use will give you the action surge.
But so it's a bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to drink, and then the next turn you attack, you'll have action surge.
Naoki
have
is
another
gonna see the Suzakus, and he's gonna walk in front of them.
Out of the way, Naoki.
Suzaku, I don't know if you can do this.
I need you to insight Suzaku real quick. You get a look in his eyes, and he just straight up tells you, better I whittle her down a little bit. And he pushes you to the side.
Before I'll let him go, Naoki's just gonna kind of sigh. And I'm gonna look over to Tayo.
She's just sitting there, her hands sort of like in a folded position. She
Now
still
question:
hasn't opened her eyes or anything.
does Naoki know the girl he fought was her sister?
Yes.
Okay. Just
You can insight her if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight her.
Where she stabbed Kunai was just short of an organ, but it was you get the feeling from somebody like her, she would have intentionally gone for the kill. And she gives you a smile. I think that makes us even, right?
Yeah, it makes us even. Don't do anything too stupid, Suzaku.
Who do you think I am?
I think you're
Something stupid?
I think you're a couple clones short of your full potential, but I'd like to see you prove me wrong.
It's a good thing you're usually wrong. So if you think I can't win, that means this fight's already locked in.
Go get him, Tiger.
I'm gonna try something real quick. Yeah, he's deceiving everybody but himself. So, Suzaku versus Taiyo for the next round.
We are so boned.
Yeah, I kind of expected that from her.
No, you don't understand.
You!
This is a revenge. This is revenge. That's what that is. You see, Man and her are going out, I think.
You hear the entire audience just go, ooh.
Oh,
Taiyo just looks. Love is a beautiful thing.
Don't kill him.
He was one short of her.
With a
But
natural
that was a
20
nat
even.
20 for his initiative. No, for nat 20, I'm going to give him first move. He turns to his Suzaku clones. Alright, you guys. I need you two to, And they're just looking at him like, right. You got it, boss. So, both of the Suzakus are going to rush in on her. And I'm going to make 2 athletic checks for them. Unfortunately, he's not proficient with that, so... 8 and 13, so she has to either make contesting athletics or acrobatics.
Does it count
That's how
if he's
grapple works.
technically flanking?
Not with this, because he's not attacking, he's just trying to grapple. She has athletics.
There's only green and orange left.
So, they both try to, like, grapple her, but neither one is able to, like... Frickin'... Hold on. So, neither one is able to, like, actually get a hand on her. It's like, she's been trying to... Like, stop it. Ugh, I can't trust any of those idiots to do anything. But he looks over at you, Kunai, and he's gonna pour out 14 Yoki.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Is same with Pyro. When you saw, like, a black flame that absorbed light, this is just pure black lightning pouring off of his hand. And it coalesces into, like, as he gets it into his fist, and he's just going to rush in and attempt to punch her directly in the gut with, like, his best move. And this is his new one. Come on and hit. That misses. He goes into punch with it with everything he's got, and then she immediately just, like, forces his fist down, and it makes an impact into the stadium arena, but it does not hit her, and, like, his Yoki just burns out. He just looks up at her. She opens one eye and looks down at him. That's all Suzaku can do for his turn. And as you see that weapon appear in her hand again, she just looks at him and goes, "Kneel, dog," and strikes. She's gonna make 3 attacks. That'll miss. I think that'll hit him. Yep, that'll hit. And that'll hit. So that's 26, 36, 47 total damage on Suzaku.
Jesus! Wait.
Suzaku takes it bad. Like, he manages to roll out of the way. She slashes him on both of his shoulders, like, rendering his arms go limp for a second. I'll have you know I was revered as a god. Oh, small world. And she just, like, chuckles. She didn't attack his clones purposefully. She does not care that they're there. So Suzaku will make his 3 attacks, and his clones will each make 1 attack. He's just gonna go in for Dark Lightning Fists. Oh shit.
Oh god, we are getting so unlucky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a
God.
miss. Just a miss. That'll miss.
No.
That's a little worse. I'm gonna see something. Okay, low severity on my home die too. It's only a 34. It's just another miss as the 3 punches from him miss. Then from each of his clones. Alright, green hits. And orange misses. So green's gonna go in.
Isn't he flanking though?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they both hit.
Oh, thank God.
So they both managed to hit her for a total of 17 lightning damage. She looks... Oh, shit. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. Can I control Z? Nope. Fuck. Sorry, I accidentally did something weird with her HP. I think it was... Couldn't I hit her for 18? So that was... That's the thing with like using the Roll20 thing is if you don't click it the right way, it will change the number to whatever it is instead of subtracting it. Okay, I got it. So they draw blood from her. And she looks a little like annoyed at their presence being there. Suzaku is going to... Can he do this as a bonus action? I think he can. Okay. So, I'm gonna hold off on that. And it'll be back over to Tayo's turn. She is going to attack Suzaku Green and Suzaku Orange. And then if they don't go down, then she will... Basically, she's gonna just work her way through Suzaku's. She'll hit green. 21. Yeah, green took damage from the other fight. Green goes poof. She'll hit orange.
Oh!
Double nat 20. (16 plus 19 is 35. Yeah. I declared who she was attacking in what order, so Suzaku Prime doesn't get that double nat 20. So you just like as they're punching and fighting, she's just like the blades. It's not even like she wields them. It's like she gestures her hand and they strike out, and they're just like stabbing directly into them. Then she's just like wiping them out, and she just holds one of them next to Suzaku's neck before she makes an attack. 16 will miss. As she goes to swing it down on him. Oh god, I want to actually roll something for this because this might be interesting. Alright, this was just more for a flavor thing, but Suzaku, like, spits out blood as the blade comes down, like, to, like, strike him in the neck. He just holds his arm up next to it, and then, like, with lightning coursing through it, he actually breaks through her blade that she manifested.
Nice.
And she just looks like... cute. You could say more than one word to me in combat. You're not really worth it, but okay. And Suzaku's gonna take his turn. Koto is just sitting there like, I see why they didn't have her fighting earlier in the tournament.
Yeah. She's fucking plowing through them. And this is not good to say the least for them.
Suzaku. Do you have the Yoki to do it, sir? You're 1 Yoki point down, so doing this would fucking cost you everything. You know what? He's gonna chug that adrenaline potion.
Hey.
Yeah.
So next turn, Suzaku will have action surge, but for now he's going to expend the rest of his Yoki and 1 HP to go for a Dark Lightning Burst.
Oh boy.
He has a high enough Yoki limit where this isn't going to kill him anymore. That's why he's been meditating the last couple days. So let's see if this hits. Come on, Suzu. That hits.
Ah.
I'll show you who's not worth it. And he goes up, drives his fist directly into her, and then he's gonna hit her for. If that would have been critical. He hits her for 60 lightning damage.
Son of a mother!
Oh
Like
God.
he barrels his fist back, drives it straight through, and it's even to the point where she opens up her eyes actually and like looks at him. And actually, wait a minute, she has to do something now. Let's see if she can pass it. Oh, she's fine. So she doesn't take anything additional from the nat 20, unfortunately. But she manages to she eats the damage that she takes. She's still up. That hurt. Go fuck yourself. Suzaku's gonna get ready for his next turn. Oh wait, I have to roll his d10 to see what he gets. What is 9? Huh. Ain't that something special?
Oh my God.
Suzaku grows!
What?
Enlarge.
Suzaku is now considered a large creature. With him being a size bigger than her,
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna add a little bit of damage to each one of his punches.
Oh.
Suzaku towers above her. She looks as he grows. She took some significant damage.
Hey, look, Big Bird.
Big bird. Let's see, what are you at for health? This isn't gonna be fun. She's gonna go for
that drawing.
she's gonna go for her attacks on him, and I actually forgot something very important with her, but I'm not gonna retroactively count this. I forgot one of her passive abilities because it was written here.
Big sheets. Hard to remember.
She's hit Suzaku at least 3 times by this point, so yeah, now Suzaku's glowing a little bit. If you want context, think Fairy Fire.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's good at
I mean, it's not going to be that hard to miss him.
So 27 will hit, 29 will hit, and 25 will hit.
Yeah, it will. Finish her off.
That's 20, 36, 47, 57, 66 combined damage from all the attacks. And as he grows, he's slamming down, and she's just... It's weird how fast she moves. You can tell she's actually staggering a little bit, and her breathing is hard, but she's pinpointing, as his arms go, she's striking at tendons and joints. She's not going for just blunt strikes. She's aiming for the critical weak points to make his movements slower and hurt more. And then she doesn't take him down, but he looks really fucking roughed up. But Suzaku's got 3 attacks, and each one of them is going to do an additional d8 of damage. He's going to go for 3 Dark Lightning Fists. And then with Action Surge, he'll go for an additional 3 Dark Lightning Fists.
Yeah!
Oh.
So, that'll miss. That'll miss. That's a nat 1.
Oh.
That's just a miss.
God damn it!
Does this game want me to kill Suzaku?
Please no.
It apparently wants us all to die. It was also with Kumon
The
over
40
Pyro.
The 43 was the one she used when she counterattacked Kunai. Above 40, it's a counterattack. But... ah, shit.
Jesus Christ, man.
$27's gonna hit him. $25 total. Alright, I'm gonna roll something. Okay, that's very, very low on this. And he's a demon, so he'll heal this back pretty quickly. And on top of what she'll aim for, okay. As the punches go down, Suzaku's like staggering and he's missing. As one of the fists like lands straight down, she like jumps up and she's on like the palm of his fist, just like on her toe, like on her tiptoes. She flips, and in that motion, you just see her hand swipe directly across where his neck would be. You see a fountain of blood pool out as it just starts spraying across the arena. Suzaku's down.
God damn it.
Ooh.
Now, had that been higher, she would have beheaded him.
Oh.
Who wants to pick Suzaku up out of the ring?
I guess it's Nate's turn again. Because all of my teammates are either down or at whatever how much fucking HP Daisuke has left.
1.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just chug all of the healing pots I have.
Naoki is going to drag Suzaku out of the ring, put him against the wall. Is he still...
Hideki comes down and starts using lay on hands on him.
Thanks.
Actually, I could do that. I could do that for him. If you do that for me.
Heal yourself.
I can't.
Okay, fine. Then Hideki will dump all of it into you if you dump it into Suzaku.
Okay, I put all my healing pool in Suzaku. I have 40.
I don't remember what Hideki has. I gotta find him.
Daisuke,
Yeah.
I can't pull through. You got this?
You get 60 back, Daisuke.
Oh my god. Well, if I have to say the word, I'll say the word. That word being, well, I can't say it because then it would ruin everything.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
But since while Naoki's going in the ring, I'm gonna take the a 3d6 plus 1 passive healing potion.
3d6 plus 1 passive healing. Where does passive... Okay, 3d6 plus 1. That's a tier 3, right?
It is a tier 3.
Okay, roll that d10 for me too after you roll your HP.
Alright,
So... random effect number 4. Alright, so since you're doing that, I'm going to say you're going to do... This will count for the first round of Naoki versus Taiyo. You'll recover some for the... roll a 1d4 to see how long it lasts.
Oh, it turned inside. 5 turns.
5 turns? Okay. So, for the next 5 turns, so you've already used up 1. So the next 4 rounds of combat, you will recover HP.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright.
Before we start, can we take a short break?
Yes, we can take a short break. Also, Daisuke. Unfortunately, this isn't a good effect for you to get.
Of course not.
It's the frightened effect.
Of course I'm scared.
Yeah, you are petrified of her at this moment.
Yeah. You know, that might have happened even without.
Take a break.
Can I use my jade ring to nullify that?
Can you use your what?
The jade ring.
This is a potion effect. It's not necessarily like a charisma saving throw you have to make.
Can I look at the cool pocket knife I have in my pocket since episode 1?
You can
Coal pocket knife.
you can ask Junko to give you a hug and tell you it'll be okay.
At this point, I'm willing to do anything.
Oh,
Okay, so you say
Jesus,
after
I
the first round of combat, I get
Yes,
13 back?
so you can add 13 back.
Okay.
I'll roll our initiative up on this kind, but
Alright, so 13 back.
this is kind of why I told you when the plans are being made. Had you just done this best like 3 out of 5, you would have won, and you wouldn't have had to fight her.
I mean...
You fucked us, Naoki.
I'm back. What did I do?
You
Had
fucking.
us fight her.
We're fucking
we
dead.
just 3,
It's all your fault.
we wouldn't have had to fight her.
I'm actually gonna bring that up in a second, but okay, listen. I didn't know that there'd be this bullshit. I should have expected it, but I'm like, what if they use all their very strong people first and party wipe us? Or get 3 wins on us? That would suck. And I realized, okay, maybe that wasn't the wisest decision ever.
One of them was a himbo who blew up.
Yeah.
The other one was a nice grandpa.
I'm just saying, if we went with the 3 wins and Tayo went first, this would be a different story. But yeah, Naoki is actually. Wait, are we starting again?
Yep. Just I just rolled her initiative for the sake of it.
Okay. Naoki is actually. I'm gonna roll my initiative on Naoki's token, but he's gonna step up in a spirit fox form.
All right.
18.
So, Cable, since I'm sitting this one out, can I also roll a hit die?
Yeah, you can roll your hit die.
Okay.
Dan, do me a favor and just roll initiative for me real quick.
Me?
Yeah, this is just so I can keep track of when you heal each turn.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not fighting. Don't worry. I'm not gonna put dice in there. I'm not a fucking sadist.
I mean, I'm getting up there. I'm like 3/4.
So, Naoki, your spirit fox form jumps immediately into the ring.
Yep.
You're growling down at her. She's looking at you. Oh, a 2-tail. This will be a little bit harder than I expected.
You're scared of me? You should see my mother.
Maybe after this. And she just smiles.
Thank you for not going all the way, whether it be it intentional or not. With my friends.
Roll an insight check on her extremely low DC.
17.
They're durable. I do about what would be needed to kill lesser. If they can't survive that, then they're not worth living. But that one over there, and she gestures towards Suzaku. I felt no need to take his head off. He just needed to learn his place.
Is that what you're gonna try to do to me now?
Let's see if you know your place. And if it's above me, you'll have my respect. If it's below me, pray you have my mercy.
Okay. With
And?
that, Naoki's gonna step up, and I guess we're gonna start.
I was moving her back to starting position.
Yeah. Question: is there a specific starting position that I need to be in?
So you're in it right now. How
Okay.
I've been doing it is I always start 4 tiles like from the center right here. Well, from the edge of the arena, 4 tiles up.
Okay, so yeah, got it. Okay.
So, that way, there's just like a good amount of distance between everybody, unless you're kunai and you can get wherever you want. So, she will advance up 30 feet. Right here. And she's just going to expend 6 Yoki and fire off a few more solar shots.
Okay.
29 hits, I assume.
29 does hit.
22 hit.
22 hits.
So 17 plus
I'm gonna
4.
uncanny dodge the first one.
So 17 half down will be 8. So 8 plus 14 is 22 total damage. As she aims for like your legs, you get the feeling with her, like the way she's been trained to fight and the way she approaches battle. She doesn't go for flashy moves or big over the top things the way the rest of her party does. She is precision at its finest.
Yeah, that's what I've been scared of.
She aims for like the sort of like the knee, like sort of like the joints on your legs. She doesn't like hurt them to the point where you can't move, but that was you can tell she's intentionally trying to hinder your movement.
Okay.
And that'll be her turn.
Okay. Naoki is going to start his turn now. First, I'm gonna start off by. You're gonna see, fire. Little, I guess, floating orbs of fire start to hover over Naoki's 2 tails. Blue fire specifically, and he's going to use haunting fire on Tayo. She has to roll a, I think it's, dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. She's not proficient with these. She has high dex, but no proficiency mod in dex.
20.
Nat 20.
Okay. She.
This game, I'm rolling in roll 20 so you guys can see it. It's not me doing this.
Yeah, I know, Cable. I fucking know.
She fucking scares me, Cable.
Time to attack. So,
Okay,
Naoki's gonna run up. He has more than enough movement to get over here. He's gonna start off with the Miasma Claw.
Miasma Claw. That'll
Dawson.
miss.
Okay. With the bite attack next. 26.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay. For 18 piercing.
Yeah, you bite directly into her shoulder, and you actually see, like with Suzaku, like not as much, but blood trickling down the side of her arm. And you actually tear part of her robe off.
Okay.
Is that your last attack?
That's all I can do for this turn.
As it begins pouring down her arm, like she's wearing like a white and gold robe, and you see it starting to get that color, like when blood seeps into white.
Yeah.
And she just looks at you. She doesn't look mad, just to make it clear.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not below me. I will tell you that much. You're like the girl. Had she been at full strength, it would have been much more difficult. And she's gonna go in for... She's gonna make 2 attacks and use her Divine Presence ability. So first one, 29 hits, I assume.
29 is gonna hit.
26?
26 is gonna hit, and I'm going to uncanny dodge the first attack.
So that's 12 damage.
12
25
damage.
half. And then... So 12, 24, and 36. So you take 36 combined damage total.
Okay.
And then she is actually... Hold on. She is going to expend 3 Yoki for her Divine Presence ability.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, don't worry about the damage. It's this is actually, it's a healing ability. Oh wow, great, minimum. Thank you. She recovers 4 HP.
Fuck her!
God. Why do unfair things happen to fair people?
Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Huh.
I don't even have to deal with this fight, and I'm still saying fuck off.
Not in my favor today. And she's going to hold her reaction, but that'll be it.
Okay.
Your toy, Naoki.
Naoki is going to same last first sim as the first haunting fire. Start off with needs to make some dex saving throw.
15.
That actually does not pass.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yep. Do you want to describe it?
No, go ahead. You take it.
So I just imagined the haunting fire, blue flames just start to like project from Yoki's or Naoki's tail. I said Yoki, and they kind of encapsulate her body, lighting her up, but they do not do any damage to her.
Huh. She just sees it as like she's glowing a little bit. Falling on my own sword, it seems.
I'll make this quick. Question, Cable. Do I have sneak attack in this form or not?
I will say yes, because that is your class thing.
Okay. First attack is going to get if it hits. Let's see.
Nat
Okay,
20.
so nat 20.
Yeah, and you have your sneak attack roll.
So, holy fuck.
Plus 16 is. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna quick math this. 17 plus 16, I think is 35.
Okay, let me look at sneak attack because I actually don't have it pulled up. Oh, it's
17 plus
5d6.
16 is 33.
So 5d6.
Yep.
So 15 additional points of damage, and she has to make a con save as Naoki like swipes at her other shoulder.
Okay. Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Nat 1.
Yes!
She is poisoned until the next turn.
So disadvantage on her attacks?
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah, poisoning is disadvantage on attacks.
I've never
That's what
poisoned
happens when
somebody
I have poisoned people before, and that's how it works.
Okay. So,
Okay.
and I have another attack that I also have advantage on, but I don't think my sneak attack procs because I've already used it once this turn.
Yep.
Attacks and
20.
ability check.
20 just misses.
Okay. Fair enough. So,
You do it. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Naoki just goes in for goes in for his swipe and then misses his bite.
Okay. So with that, all right, she didn't use her reaction, so that burns it out, unfortunately. So, is that the end of Naoki's turn?
Yeah, that's the end of his turn.
Okay. Also, I think like 3 turns have passed, so Dan, roll the healings.
Oh, I have. I'm back at full.
Okay, Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so it's gonna be her turn. She does not have advantage on you yet because she hasn't hit you 3 times successfully. I don't think she has anyway.
She has not, I think.
She has to hit you 3 times with
the light
light
sword?
sword. Yeah.
Okay, she's only hit me twice with the light sword.
Okay, so if she hits you 1 more time, then she's gonna start rolling with advantage.
Okay.
That's the way I made that work. So she actually does have to hit you successfully. So she looks terrible right now. She looks like she's smiling. Like, huh. It's gonna go to attack. That's gonna hit no matter what.
Yep.
28, 20. So 13 and 16 is 29.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so 29 is down to what the fuck's half of 29? 14.
14. Okay. So as this happens, Naoki is going to turn back into his normal form. So
Okay.
bye bye. big scary fox demon.
She's going to look as you fall down. Like she's so she would have disadvantage from being poisoned, but since she would have advantage because she's marked you 3 times, these will just be neutral rolls.
Yep.
You see her like struggling to keep her arm and her body up. Before she attacks again, she smiles like, it has been a long time since I have met beings who can give me this much trouble, at least outside of my realm.
Well, glad to give you what you want.
I wish to win this tournament. Arashi had his goals, but I don't care what he wanted. I wish to heal my master, but seems you all might be hindrances to stop me. But I will continue as much as possible. She has suffered quite much. She has suffered quite a bit in her life. It's the least I can do for her.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't have anything against her specifically.
Then I do this with no malice as well. 23 hit?
23 is gonna hit me.
Well, actually, 27. Sorry, it's neutral.
Yep. 27 is gonna hit.
Yep, and 26 will hit, right?
26 is gonna hit.
So 30. So you already used Uncanny Dodge, right?
Yes.
30, 44, 55 total damage.
55 damage. Okay.
If she
Yeah,
just
please.
goes like an X like across your chest.
Okay. So
She's ragged right now, though.
so is Naoki. I'm trying to think. Okay, so from what it seems like, she's still glowing. Is that correct, or does that go away with my form?
No, she's still going.
Okay, so I have advantage on these next attacks.
Yep. Still advantage, and if you hit your sneak attack, will proc again since it's a new turn.
Okay, I am going to go one step further beyond and take a point of exhaustion. I'm activating Gale Force again.
Okay. The arena feels like when Naoki did this the first time. A typhoon kicks up around him. You are flying. You have permanent permanent hurricane fist around you, and you are just bearing down on her.
Okay, so I'm gonna have 4 attacks, and they're all gonna be with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's fucking do this, my friends. Okay, first attack. 18 misses. 24. 24
Mm-hmm.
and 27.
All 3 of them will hit.
Okay,
Oh,
so
damn.
first attack. Going to do 16,
13.
then 13. And with this last attack, I'm going to activate Mistral Burst. Because I had not used it from the first time I activated Gale Force.
Okay.
Initial damage is going to be 13. And she needs to make a strength saving throw.
No, she doesn't.
She's down?
Fatal or non-fatal, Naoki?
So, can I flavor this?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So, Naoki is going to calmly breathe in, summon Mistral Burst, which basically he is surrounded in a typhoon of wind. And basically miss the first punch. Is going to strike with the next 3, knocking her down. And then Naoki's going to look down at her, getting ready to strike. And he's going to say, "No one in this world is inherently above anyone else in terms of power. the only time somebody can be below another person is when they use their power to unjustly persecute the weak. And while it looks like Naoki's about to go in for a kill shot, when it looks like she's like beaten down into the ground to where she can no longer fight, he's gonna hold up a hand to pick her up.
She looks up at you before taking your hand, and like she's bleeding, like she opens her eyes slightly. You see a crooked smile across her, not a crooked smile, like an actual smile across her face. It doesn't feel condescending towards you. She takes a knee, and as she grabs your hand, she goes, Master Makuro would have loved to meet someone like you.
Oh my!
Oh, that's not good.
She turns her head towards Kodo. I have lost this fight. Team Kame no Michi loses. I'll just steal my bit while I do it. Whatever, good fight. Alright, what seems like the unstoppable Taio has conceded in defeat against Naoki. With 5 members down in the last man standing match, Team Ganta claims this round of the Dark Tournament and will move on to the match just before the semifinals.
That was fucking lucky, you guys. Congratulations.
And with that is where we will end the session for today.
Holy shit,
Oh my
dude.
god.
So, funny thing. Naoki is walking back to you guys with 9 HP.
Oh.
Yeah, seems about right.
If he didn't win on that one, he'd be done for, so...
She's fucking
Congratulations.
problems.
You hear a light whisper in the wind. Good job, Dad's team.
Oh,
Damn it.
that
Little
again,
brother,
huh?
little brother's team.
Hey, no.
He's just gonna kind of be around as a ghost talking for a little bit. His body will come back eventually. Like you'll be having cake sitting somewhere. You're just gonna hear, "Oh, I'm back. Oh, perfect."
Cake?
Cable, before we stop, I just want to point something out.
Hmm?
We came out of that fight with a combined total of 10 HP as an entire party.
I threw you a bone with Hideki being there. I hope you realized.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Technically, he shouldn't have interfered, but nobody was paying attention because that was a good fight.
If they're not fighting, does it really count?
It's outside interference for team members in a last man standing fight.
I mean, like, if we're gonna be honest, the only person that would be left able to fight because he didn't lose would be Daisuke. And Daisuke could have potentially, at least I think this is correct, didn't you still have some of the healing glove?
I had 9
I don't
points
ha-
of
no,
the.
that's
I had
unused.
I had 9 points of healing glove left, and I could have also poured as much of my healing potions into whoever as possible.
Okay, so we
Anyway,
still
this is
would have
fine.
probably healed that much, it's just we would have wasted more potions. But yeah, good fucking combat, Cable. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? Now I'm out of character, I can fucking freak out! What the
Alright.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. I hope you all had fun with this one.